This is the Division Training of Trainers on Learning Management System or LMS Utilization of the Department of Education and Schools Division of Davao Occidental.
De Luna,
Present!
Herrera, Valera,
Handa ba tayo sa School Year 2020? Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepED, mga guro at mga magulang ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga lessons para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan. Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Umutang ay di biro, dapat siniseryoso. Puro sigilong bayaran, hindi tinataguan. Umutang ay di biro, dapat siniseryoso. Di kinakalimutan, di tinatalikuran. Allowance ay tinitipid, paggastos iniisip. Mahirap umahon, pag sa utang na baon. Nang makabayad utang, magbaon sa eskwelahan, magdagdag kaperahan, rumakit pa minsan-minsan. After school, mag-tutor, maglako ng pansit, magtinda ng banana queue, o kaya sa malamig, magbayad sa inutangan. Nang sa bahay di maapektuhan, at mag-ipon ng todo gilas, nang gumanda ating bukas.
Meron kaming friend. Girly ang name niya. Grade 9 kaming lahat. Actually, hindi naman naman siya friend nun eh. Kasi, she's so different. Ang sipag kasi mag-ipon ni Girly. Imbes na bumili ng notebook, yung tira-tirang pages sa lumang notebooks, pinagsasama niya. Pag may nakita siyang empty bottles, dinadampot niya ang mga ito at binibenta. Nag-iipon din siya ng mga old newspapers para ibenta. On weekends, gumagawa siya ng ice candy para ibenta. In fairness, masarap. Minsan din, nagtitinda siya ng barbecue. Imbis na mag-shopping ng hip distressed jeans, she distresses old jeans niya. Ganda te! Fashion design nga ang pinili niyang elective subject at yung mga creations niya, binibenta niya. Kahit nga bayad sa tricycle, may diskarte. Imbis na pamasahe, 2 taling kangkong ang pinambabayad niya. Galing, di ba? One day, on her way home from school, naghulugan ng mga books niya.
Sorry, let me help you, Girly.
Kilala mo ako?
Oo naman, sikat ka kaya. Okay ka lang ba?
Okay lang. Salamat ah.
Girly, sige na.
Okay. Kilala mo rin ako?
Of course. Who doesn't know Girly?
Ang ganda ni Girly, no?
Thank you!
Mula noon, naging friends na kami. Ginaya namin siya dahil ang galing-galing niyang dumiskarte.
Hindi
Idol!
naman.
Love, buntis ako.
Wow! Maging daddy na ako!
Love, dapat mas mag-budget na tayo ngayon para sa baby natin. Dahil magkaka-baby na tayo, we should save more. at least 30% of our combined salary at i-deposit natin agad sa bangko para di madaling magalaw. Ideally, makakasave tayo ng 3 to 6 months worth ng salary natin. Pang emergency ba? Tapos, maglalagay tayo in each envelope ng gagastusin lang natin for every item. Para hindi tayo lalagpas sa gastos.
Alim mo talaga, Han.
At pag mag-grocery tayo, debit card ang gamitin natin para may limit ang pwedeng gastusin.
Han, bili naman tayo ng bagong flat screen TV. Pwede ko naman ilon eh.
Han, bad debt yun. Di naman natin kailangan ng bagong TV.
Kung mag-loan ako for a business, magtatayo ako ng gym. Since PE teacher ako, yan ang sakto sa kaalaman ko. At may tito ako, may gym din. Naturunan niya ako kung paano magpalakad nito.
Correct ka dyan. Good debt yan.
Han, hatog ng business natin. Madali kong mababayaran, yung loan natin sa bank.
Galing ng asawa ko. Para kahit pag nag-retire na tayo sa pagtuturo, may negosyo na tayo.
May friend ako. Inaalok ako mag-invest sa kanila. Dodoble daw
Naranasan ko ng maiwan.
Ako, Han! Makascam yan! Wala namang matinong negosyo
Hindi ko na mabilang
agad ang
kung
pera.
ilang beses akong nakibusap. Hanggang sa maubos ang pangungusap. Naisip ko na ring sumuko dahil sa sunod-sunod na bagyo. Parang walang katapusan itong kalbaryo. Saan nga ba ako patungo? Saan ba ang dulo nito? Sa paglalakbay, muntik na akong huminto. Pero sinalubong mo ako. Bumungad sa akin yung mga matang gusto matuto. Ang mga kamay mong sabik sumulat. Ang mga labi mong nais lumigtas ng mga salitang nakakabawi ng pagod. Inatalo mo itong lungkot at takot. Binibigyan mo ng sagot ang mga katanungan sa aking puso.
Masampat, abi-abi, mga anak.
Nasa dami ng alinlangan ko tanong sa mundo, ito ang nag-iisang sigurado. Mahal ko ang pagtuturo. Ito ang nagbibigay buhay sa aking pagkatao. At ang mga pangarap nila, ang aking ligaya. Minsan na rin akong naiwan. Kaya't sisikapin kong hindi mo ito maranasan.
Love! Buntis ako!
Wow! Maging daddy na ako!
Love! Dapat mas mag-budget na tayo ngayon para sa baby natin. Dahil magkaka-baby na tayo, we should save more. At least 30% of our combined salary at i-deposit natin agad sa bangko para di madaling magalaw. Ideally, makakasave tayo ng 3 to 6 months worth ng salary natin. Pang emergency ba? Tapos, maglalagay tayo in each envelope ng gagastusin lang natin for every item. Para hindi tayo lalagpas sa gastos.
Alim mo talaga, Han.
At pag mag-grocery tayo, debit card ang gamitin natin para may limit ang pwedeng gastusin.
Han, bili naman tayo ng bagong flat screen TV. Pwede ko naman ilon eh.
Han, bad debt yun. Di naman natin kailangan ng bagong TV.
Kung mag-loan ako for a business, magtatayo ako ng gym. Since PE teacher ako, yan ang sakto sa kaalaman ko. At may tito ako, may gym din. Naturunan niya ako kung paano magpalakad nito.
Correct ka dyan. Good debt yan.
Han, patog ng business natin. Madali kong mababayaran, yung loan natin sa bank.
Galing ng asawa ko. Para kahit pag nag-retire na tayo sa pagtuturo, may negosyo na tayo.
Eh, may friend ako. Inaalok ako mag-invest sa kanila. Dodoble daw ang pera natin in 3 months.
Nakuhan! Baka scam yan! Wala namang matinong negosyo na dodoble agad ang pera in 3 months.
Oo nga, no?
Han, kumuha na tayo ng educational plan para sa anak natin. Para habang baby pa siya, nahuhulugan na natin ang college education niya.
Oo nga, para hindi mabigat ang bayarin pagdating ng panahon.
Han! Bakit? Bakit?
Nangarap na ata ako!
Ah! Nako! Taxi! Taxi! Taxi!
Lalabas na!
Meron kaming friend. Girly ang name niya. Grade 9 kaming lahat. Actually, hindi naman naman siya friend nun eh. Kasi, she's so different. Ang sipag kasi mag-ipon ni Girly. Imbes na bumili ng notebook, yung tira-tirang pages sa lumang notebooks, pinagsasama niya. Pag may nakita siyang empty bottles, dinadampot niya ang mga ito at binibenta. Nag-iipon din siya ng mga old newspapers para ibenta. On weekends, gumagawa siya ng ice candy para ibenta. In fairness, masarap. Minsan din, nagtitinda siya ng barbecue. Imbis na mag-shopping ng hip distressed jeans, she distresses old jeans niya. Ganda, te! Fashion design nga ang pinili niyang elective subject at yung mga creations niya, binibenta niya. Kahit nga bayad sa tricycle, may diskarte. Imbis na pamasahe, 2 taling kangkong ang pinambabayad niya. Galing, di ba? One day, on her way home from school, naghulugan ng mga books niya.
Sorry, let me help you, Girly.
Kilala mo ako?
Oo naman. Sikat ka kaya? Okay ka lang ba?
Okay lang. Salamat ah.
Girly, sikat na.
Okay. Kilala mo rin ako?
Of course. Who doesn't know Girly?
Ang ganda ni Girly, no?
Thank you!
Mula noon, naging friends na kami. Ginaya namin siya dahil ang galing-galing niyang dumiskarte.
Hindi
Idol!
naman.
Love! Buntis ako!
Wow! Maging daddy na ako!
Love! Dapat mas mag-budget na tayo ngayon para sa baby natin. Dahil magkaka-baby na tayo, we should save more. At least 30% of our combined salary at i-deposit natin agad sa bangko para di madaling magalaw. Ideally, makakasave tayo ng 3 to 6 months worth ng salary natin. Pang emergency ba? Tapos, maglalagay tayo in each envelope ng gagastusin lang natin for every item. Para hindi tayo lalagpas sa gastos.
Alim mo talaga, Han.
At pag mag-grocery tayo, debit card ang gamitin natin para may limit ang pwedeng gastusin.
Han, bili naman tayo ng bagong flat screen TV. Pwede ko naman ilon eh.
Han, bad debt yun. Di naman natin kailangan ng bagong TV.
Eh kung mag-loan ako for a business, magtatayo ako ng gym. Since PE teacher ako, yan ang sakto sa kaalaman ko. At may tito ako, may gym din. Naturunan niya ako kung paano magpalakad nito.
Correct ka dyan. Good debt yan.
Han, patog ng business natin. Madali kong mababayaran yung loan natin sa bank.
Galing ng asawa ko. Para kahit pag nag-retire na tayo sa pagtuturo, may negosyo na tayo.
Eh, may friend ako. Inaalok ako mag-invest sa kanila. Dodoble daw ang pera natin in 3 months.
Nakuhan! Baka scam yan! Wala namang matinong negosyo na dodoble agad ang pera in 3 months.
Oo nga, no?
Han, kumuha na tayo ng educational plan para sa anak natin. Para habang baby pa siya, nahuhulugan na natin ang college education niya.
Oo nga, para hindi mabigat ang bayarin pagdating ng panahon.
Han! Bakit? Bakit?
Nangarap na ata ako!
Ha? Nako! Taxi! Taxi! Taxi!
Lalabas na!
This is the Division Training of Trainers on Learning Management System or LMS Utilization of the Department of Education and Schools Division of Davao Occidental. Division Training of Trainers. Learning Management System. Division Training of Trainers. Learning Management System. Division Training of Trainers.
Welcome po sa afternoon session ng ating Day 4 ng Division Training of Trainers on the Utilization of Learning Management System. Of course, brought to you by the Schools Division of Davao Occidental.
That's right, Sir Ralph. So bago tayo magpatuloy sa ating afternoon session, today let's have a recap first of what transpired during the afternoon session yesterday.
To give us the recap of the yesterday's we have the Public Schools District Supervisor of Santa Maria West District joining us live. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Randy Piñaroya. Hello, Dr. Randy.
Hello, sir. My courtesy and respect to Dr.
Okay, sir, you may go ahead and give us the recap.
My courtesy and respect to Dr. Lorenzo E. Mendoza, CESO 6, Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Jinky B. Furman, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, CID Chief, Mr. Felix I. Anticristo, SGOD Chief, Mr. Nilo Octora, Education Program Supervisors, fellow Public Schools District Supervisors, school heads, teachers, participants, a pleasant afternoon to all of us. The afternoon session of Day 3 of the Division Training of Trainers on Learning Management System Utilization was focused on the session of Dr. Giseline B. De La Cuesta, Regional EPS in MAPE, and Dr. Maricel S. Langahid, Regional ALS Focal Person, as well as the virtual classroom simulation. Dr. Giseline B. De La Cuesta, Regional EPS in MAPE, was introduced by Sir Rodrigo M. Milay, Division EPS in MAPE. During her time, she welcomed all the participants in her session. She explained well about the most essential learning competencies and that MELC is for school year 2020 to 2021 only. She presented a sample of MELC emphasizing the different grade levels and its utilization. She emphasized how to use the MELC. According to her, kailangan magdagdag ang guro ng aralin to meet the required number of weeks. Just like other regional education program supervisors, she stressed that as a general rule, learning competencies are retained, merged, clustered, dropped, or rephrased. In her presentation, the process of identifying the MELCs in MAPE was also included. The process assures that it is not a departure from the K-12 curriculum. Standards are retained, focused on the attainment of the 21st century skills, and all learning areas will still be taught. Comparison on the number of LCs in original ELCs or the um, and the MELC for music, arts, physical education, and health was also discussed. She encouraged the field implementers to contextualize the most essential learning competencies in order to accommodate the varying context of learners, teachers, learning environment, and support structures considering both the content and performance standards. The sample of MELCs, or the most essential learning competencies for the senior high school grades 11 and 12, was also presented specifically on the physical education and health, sports track, arts, and design. As Dr. De La Cuesta concluded her session, she shared about some quotations from Walt Disney. We keep moving forward, opening new doors and doing new things because we're curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. And from Anthony De Angelo, don't fear change, embrace it. And from Alan Watts, the only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. The afternoon session, after the session of Dr. Giseline, we were entertained by a song from our guest performer in the person of Orlin Joyce L. Ronke, who is gifted with a lovely voice. For the second session, Dr. Maricel S. Langahid was introduced by Ma'am Marcia May D. Ibahan. Dr. Maricel S. Langahid is our regional ALS focal person. So she was introduced by Ma'am Ibahan, our division ALS focal person. Dr. Langahid presented the Davao Occidental RBI program, or the Radio-Based Instruction Program implementation flowchart, emphasizing the different steps: planning, signing of MOA, the launching, the weekly collection of responses, and the monitoring. Also, the Davao Occidental Radio-Based Instruction Program matrix of activities was discussed, highlighting the name of the program, Lupad ALS sa Kahanginan. As part of her presentation, the ALS RBI episode of Davao Occidental, Bata, May Karapatan Ka, with Ma'am Judith and Sir Junel Razonable, was also shared. Another ALS RBI Trum Paaralan o Barangay Pinamumo, San Isidro District of Davao del Norte Division was also mentioned by Dr. Langahid. The same with Davao Occidental Division, she discussed about the process flow. She pointed out that Trum Paaralan ALS RBI brings learning while farming, listening while doing while learning, and learning while working. The afternoon session of day 3 concluded with a virtual classroom simulation. Ma'am Aisa Torda of Pising Village Comprehensive National High School presented about the asynchronous virtual classroom simulation using the 7 A's, while Sir Leonidas Labis of Mariano Peralta National High School presented the synchronous simulation using the 4 A's. They said during the interview that in order for us to be successful in the utilization of LMS, we need to, of course, we have to explore the learning management system, have internet connection, we have to make lesson exemplar. They also added that self-discipline, patience, commitment, and passion are the ingredients of being successful in the utilization of LMS. If there's a will, there's a way. That would be all for my recap for the day 3 afternoon session. Thank you for listening.
DL Peñaroya, PSDS of Santa Maria West District. Ayan, maraming salamat po, Doc. God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so at this point in time, let's explore on the topic that is also relevant and helpful for our students for the school opening under the new normal situation. And that is the mental health and psychosocial support.
That's right, Ma'am Jinli. Joining us this afternoon is a professional psychologist and an assistant professor of University of the Philippines, Las Bañas. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on screen, Sir Dan Paulo Ariema.
Learning Management System. Learning Management System. Learning Management System. Management System.
On my part, I'm going to discuss about some important considerations regarding mental health and psychosocial support and remote psychological first aid. Ayan, alam ko po sa inyo na yun nga, nakapag-training na kayo on MHPSS and PFA. So ang gagawin po natin ngayon is ay sort of review, i-refresh natin yung mga natutunan natin before. And at the same time, we're going to learn how we are going to apply MHPSS and psychological first aid virtually. Kasi po tayo po ngayon ay nasa punto na ang ating mga kagaya nito ng activity na ginagawa natin, lahat ay sa paggamit ng technology. Okay? So, kagaya po na nasabi ko kanina, for my part, I will be going to discuss MHPSS in brief and course you through the conduct of remote psychological first aid as our proactive and protective response during the COVID-19 outbreak. So kung meron po kayong mga katanungan, maaari nyo po itong i-type sa ating chat box at mamaya po ay ating sasagutin ito ng isa-isa. And then, reminder lang po sa ating lahat, paki-turn off lang po uli ng ating mga microphone para po wala po tayong anything na sasagabal mamaya para dire-diretso lang tayo. Okay? So kung ready na po kayong lahat, make sure nakapwesto kayo ng masarap-sarap, nakaupo kayo ng okay or nakahiga man. No, kasi ito po ay dire-diretso tayo for around 30 to 40 minutes. So sit back and then listen carefully and we begin our discussion first by answering and reviewing what MHPSS is. So we define MHPSS or mental health and psychosocial support is used to describe any type of local support that aims to protect or promote psychosocial well-being and or prevent or treat mental disorder. So given po that MHPSS is any kind of local support, MHPSS in itself is not an approach, okay? But rather, MHPSS offers us a set of guidelines to be followed in order for our psychosocial support initiatives to be effective and successful. So, MHPSS for its purpose is to enable humanitarian actors and communities to plan, establish, and coordinate a set of minimum multi-sectoral responses to protect and improve people's mental health and psychosocial well-being in the midst of an emergency. So kaya po, gumagawa tayo ng MHPSS initiative through the training of psychological first aid because we want to improve our kapwa, our fellow Filipinos' lives through psychosocial support. Okay? So, kung babalikan uli po natin, no, MHPSS acts as a guide. Okay? It's a guide. And as a guide, we should be able to follow its core principles, which includes the following. Yan, kung naaalala nyo pa po yung 6 na core principles ng MHPSS. Starting with the first core principle of human rights and equity. So for every MHPSS initiative or activity, human rights of all affected persons should be promoted, as well as the protection of individuals and groups who are at a heightened risk of human rights violations. And who are these people? Kung naaalala pa natin, they are the marginalized. Okay, so the marginalized are usually at high risks of vulnerability. That is why we have to protect their human rights and provide equity. Second is participation. So in every MHPSS activity, the participation of the local, ayan, sana po malakas na yung audio ko. Yan, so the participation of the local affected population should be maximized. Ayan. So kaya po hinihingi yung participation ninyo kasi we would like to maximize the persons in your particular areas. So kayo yung magiging point persons per areas. The third one is the core principle of do no harm. So in every MHPSS initiative, there is a potential harm, especially when working on mental health and psychosocial support because it deals with highly sensitive issues. So we have to be careful in dealing with such cases. And you have learned PFA naman before, so you know exactly what to do. Okay? Core principle number 4 is building on available resources and capacities. So the key here is to build on local capacities, supporting self-help, and strengthening the resources already present. So yun nga po, sabi ko kanina, we are maximizing what we have at hand. Okay, kasi meron na tayong resources. So dapat yun yung una nating nagagamit. And then, core principle number 5 is on integrated support systems. So MHPSS activities and programs should be integrated as far as possible. Okay? That is why if you're going to work on psychosocial support, it's better that we work hand in hand with other organizations, whether that is a government or a non-government organization, so that we'll be able to get all the support we can have in making our psychosocial support activities more effective. And finally, MHPSS activities is composed of a multi-layered support. So a layered system of complementary support is key in organizing MHPSS. And this multi-layered system of MHPSS is shown in the intervention pyramid. Ayan, so alam ko na ilang beses yun na rin nakita tong pyramid na ito, no? But just so you know, no, there is a particular protocol that we have to follow, and for us to be guided, we have to consider the pyramid. Okay? Balikan natin isa-isa, starting with the base layer, which is basic services and security. So in here, the well-being of all people should be protected through the establishment or re-establishment of security, adequate governance, and services that address basic physical needs, which includes food, shelter, water, basic health care, no? And control of communicable disease. And that is what the government now is doing. Secondly, has something to do with community and family supports. Okay? So here, ang ibinibigay natin ditong serbisyo has something to do with access to key community and family supports. So if you're able now to fulfill the basic needs, para mas lalo pa na matulungan tayo psychosocially, kailangan we are provided with community and family supports. On the third layer now is the focus non-specialized supports. So dito makikita natin that it represents the support necessary for the still smaller, mas konti na lang, compared to the other two layers who needs additional support, no? Whether it is a focused individual, family, or group intervention by trained and supervised workers, no? And included here in the third layer is the conduct of psychological first aid. Okay, so dyan papatak yung psychological first aid na gagawin natin. And at the top layer is specialized supports. So dito, yung mga tao na na-identify natin under the third layer na nangangailangan ng referral, dito natin sila ibibigay sa specialized services wherein this will now be provided by registered or licensed mental health and medical professionals to be able to provide their specific needs. Okay? So that is the intervention pyramid. So there are lots of MHPSS activities that we can do. And included, if you can see at number 5, yung basic training natin on psychological first aid kasama dyan. At yung mga iba pang bagay na maaari nating magawa para sa komunidad in order for us to deliver psychosocial support. Okay? However, given all those activities that that we have here in the screen, continuous monitoring and evaluation should take place to identify the most appropriate activity at a given time. Okay? So ngayon na alam na natin, na-refresh na tayo so kung ano nga ba ang MHPSS, we go now directly and more specifically to a specific MHPSS activity that we can do and you were trained to do before. And that is psychological first aid. Okay? Pero ngayon, medyo mapapansin natin na medyo magiging iba konti yung approach natin because this would be some very, it's similar but it's somehow different from the usual psychological first aid that we were trained to do before. Okay? Because ngayon, we are required to do PFA virtually. So mamaya titingnan natin bakit ba siya virtually and how we are able to perform it. Pero balikan muna natin uli kung ano nga ba ang PFA kasi baka nakalimutan nyo na, no? So reviewin lang uli natin. So we define PFA as a method of helping people in distress so they feel calm and supported to cope better with their challenges. Okay, so PFA help normalize worry and emotions. It also promotes healthy coping and provides feeling of safety, calming, and hope. And since PFA is first aid per se, PFA is designed to reduce the initial distress caused by crisis events and to foster short and long-term adaptive functioning and coping. So yun yung aim natin sa pagbibigay ng psychological first aid. To capacitate the person, give him or her short and long-term adaptive skills and coping para malampasan niya yung crisis na pinagdadaanan natin ngayon dahil sa COVID. Okay? So, aside from what is mentioned and what is written there, ano pa ba yung mga dahilan kung bakit mahalaga at ginagamit natin ang psychological first aid? Number one is because it is consistent with research evidence on risk and resilience following a crisis. So PFA somehow helps us build our resilience. Pinatatatag niya tayo. Dinaragdagan niya yung ating kapasidad na maging matatag. Secondly, it is applicable and practical in field settings. And right now, we are doing it remotely. Okay? Kasi nga, napaka-flexible gamitin ng psychological first aid. Pangatlo, it is appropriate for development levels across the lifespan. Huwag nyo na lang pong pansinin yung third bullet na nandyan sa presentation. Kasi nung ginawa ko ito, wala pang guide sa paggawa ng psychological first aid sa mga teenagers or mga kabataan. Pero ngayon po, meron na. So basically, pwede natin gamitin ng psychological first aid sa kanila. No? Na hahantong din po sa huli, referral kung sakaling kailangan nila. Okay? So, yan yung mga kailangan natin review natin on what psychological first aid is. Now, bakit remote psychological first aid? Why is it PFA in a distance? Why is it virtual psychological first aid? So, as we all know, face-to-face interaction is how PFA is normally done. Okay? However, the conditions of the current pandemic hinders us from doing so. So, keeping a physical distance to others is required during the outbreak. And as we all know, this physical distance can easily be bridged. Madaling yung layo natin physically, parang madali lang siyang kapaglapitin ulit natin lahat. At dito, gagamit tayo ng iba-ibang modes of communication, which may include telephone, cellular phone, at gumamit ng voice calls, and internet calls, gumamit ng mga applications such as Google Meet and other social media. Okay? So, kaya siya psychological first aid. So, PFA offer to ayan, nakadepende na sa inyo. Pero yun nga, although ito ay maaari talagang ibinibigay pangkalahatan, maaari tayong pumili ng ating target population. Okay? So, ngayon na na-define at na nakita na natin kung ano uli ang psychological first aid, tingnan naman natin yung action principles ng PFA. So kung babalikan natin yung action principles ng PFA na itinuro sa inyo before, ipinapakita ko ngayon sa inyo yung revised na action principles ng PFA na nababagay sa kung paano gagawin ito remotely. Okay, kung paano gagawin ang psychological first aid virtually in a distance. Okay? At kung babasahin natin ng mabuti, makikita natin na yung action principles ng look, listen, at link ay mahahati sa mga iba-ibang activities. So let's start with look. So look refers to how to assess, number one, the current situation. Okay? People who seek support or sino ba yung nangangailangan ng support? Ano ba yung mga risks? And ano ba yung mga pangangailangan ng mga apektadong mga mamamayan at ano ba yung kanilang mga expected na emotional reactions. Sa listen, it refers to how to begin the conversation, how to introduce the helper, how we pay attention and listen actively, how we accept feelings, how we do calming, paano natin pinapakalma ang ibang tao, paano tayo nagtatanong tungkol sa kanilang mga pangangailangan, at paano natin sila tutulungan, no, in addressing their needs and problems. And lastly, the action principle of link refers to how to assist with, number 1, accessing information, number 2, connecting with loved ones and social support, and number 3, accessing services and other help. Okay? So, na-enumerate na natin to isa-isa, no? Puntahan at balikan naman natin uli sila because hihimay-himayin natin kung paano ba ginagawa ang mga action principles na ito. And let's start with the action principle of link. Okay? So, nakita natin kanina yung mga individual points on how to do the action principle of look. Pero in general, look is all about assessing needs and planning considerations. Okay? And we begin exploring what the action principle of look is by first doing assessment. And here are some questions for considerations for us to be able to assess. Number 1, what are the practical and emotional support they might need? For example, yung bang mga mamamayan, yung bang mga tao, do they need to cope with their worries or their fears regarding COVID? Or do they need support because they are experiencing abuse or violence? Okay? What kind of support should I give them? Because they have this kind of fear na nawawalan na sila ng kabuhayan. Okay? So those are some questions na pwede nating itanong for number 1. Secondly, what is their current situation? Ano ba yung sitwasyon ng mga tao ngayon? Sila ba ay in total lockdown? Are they isolated? Are they quarantined? Okay? Are they alone? Or are they spending time with their loved ones? No? Sila ba ay naka-confine sa hospital? No? Sila ba ay frontline workers? At ano ba yung kondisyon ng mga frontline workers ngayon? Okay? So those are things that we have to consider. And thirdly, we also have to know the kind of risks that they are experiencing. Are they scared that they might spread the virus even though they show no symptoms, etc.? Are they prone to prejudice and discrimination because sila ay PUI or PUM or sila ay suspected na merong case ng COVID? Sila ba ay nakakaranas ng diskriminasyon? So yung mga bagay na ito ay dapat nating nalalaman, no? Para mas mapapaunlad natin yung programa na meron tayo para kung sakaling tumawag ang mga taong ito, dala-dala yung mga concerns nila, madali natin itong mahahandle. Okay? So basically, ang sinasabi natin dito, dapat alam natin yung nangyayari para mas madali tayong makakatulong. Okay? And speaking of dapat alam natin yung nangyayari para mas makakatulong tayo, no? Ito yung ni-request na sa akin ni Director Ronnie, no? Na ano ba dapat yung malaman ko at ano ba yung pwede kong gawin kung sakaling ang mga ngailangan ng tulong ay ang aking colleague. Ayan. So, kasi nandun tayo sa assessment part eh. So, ano yung mga signs na magsasabi na ang aking kasamahan sa DepED ay maaaring nangangailangan na ng tulong? Okay? So, as we all know, no, yung physical signs, madali yang matunton. it's very easy to interpret physical signs because we are able to see it with our own eyes, we're able to feel it and experience it, no? Yung nararamdaman at nararanasan ng iba. But now we are in a certain situation that we are physically distant with each other. Baka nga yung sa inyo parang magkakalayo pa ng mga barangay, o kaya mga sitio, magkakalayo pa ng mga tinitirhan. So how will you know? How can you do it remotely? We can look for signs, no? Halimbawa, sa mga nakikita natin na posts or kawalan ng posts sa social media. Okay? Baka yung kasamahan mo, nagpo-post na siya na nahihirapan na siya, wala na siyang makain, no? Tapos, nagpo-post na siya ng mga bagay na parang malulungkot, no? So, these are already signs na baka, kailangan na niya ng tulong. Pangalawa, social exclusion, no? Before the ECQ, this colleague of yours, madalas siyang mag-text, madalas siyang magparamdam, no? Madalas siyang laging may sinesend na something. Pero ngayon, no? Parang hindi na niya nagagawa yon. Hindi na siya nagpaparamdam. Wala ka ng balita tungkol sa kanya. That could be a probable sign. Third, no, and this is something to do with work. This is work-related. No? So, ano ba yan? Hindi na ba siya nagre-respond sa mga official correspondence sa office? Hindi na siya tumatawag, hindi na siya nagre-reply, hindi na siya nagsasend or nagre-reply sa email. Okay? And then fourth, has something to do with low work productivity. Okay? Nangailangan ng medyo nangailangan ng trabaho, na ipapasang trabaho, nakapagpasa nga, pero very poor yung work output, no? Or hindi nagsasubmit on time, or hindi uma-attend ng meeting. So ito ay ilan sa mga signs na maaari nating masabi na baka kailangan ng colleague ko ng tulong. Okay. Pero matapos mong malaman yung mga signs na yan, ang sunod na tanong, ano yung gagawin mo? Okay? And this is what you're going to do. What can I do? Number one, no, hindi porke may mga signs ako na ipinakita dito, no? Hindi porke na nakikita nyo yon, hindi ibig sabihin na totoo na talaga na gano'n yung experience nila. Kaya as much as possible, number one, we have to monitor them. Okay, for example, in a span of a day or 2 days or 3 days, gaano mo kadalas nakita itong mga post na ito na ilalabas sa social media? Gaano kadalas ka nag-text sa isang araw na ni isa wala siyang reply? Okay? So we monitor. Pangalawa, we ask first. Okay? And we don't just assume that they are experiencing a crisis. Magtanong muna tayo. Okay? And in asking, we approach respectfully. We do not push ourselves to them as if parang talagang ipinipilit mo na may problema. Hindi, pagsabi ka na, anong problema mo? Ganyan. So we approach respectfully. At kung sakali na nagsabi siya na meron nga siyang pinagdadaanan, number 4, empathize. Okay? And how you'll be able to empathize fully? Okay? By listening, of course, listening attentively and actively. And then number 5, reassure as best as you can. Ano yung cue natin dito sa PFA? That your reactions are but normal responses to an abnormal situation. Okay? And number 6, understand the person, lalo na kung saan siya nanggagaling. Unawain natin siya. Number 7, we offer support and we help the person accessing reliable resources. Okay? We encourage the person to do self-care. And then finally, kung pakiramdam mo na hindi mo na kaya, or yung kaibigan mo, yung katrabaho mo, hindi na niya kaya, Then number 8, it's time for referral. Okay? So later on, i-stress pa natin yung mga bagay na ito kasi part ito ng listening part. Mamaya, ng listening action, ng action principle of listen. Okay? And baka marahil ang iba sa inyo na nandito sa webinar na ito ay mga team leaders, supervisors, or mga coordinators. Ano naman yung mga magagawa nyo para sa inyong mga team members? So, here are some, according to the Interagency Standing Committee, here are some messages for supervisors and team leaders on how they can support their team members. So number 1 is to regularly and supportively monitor your staff for their well-being and promote an environment which promotes conversation. Usap-usap, kumustahan. Number 2, ensure good quality communication and accurate information updates provided to the staff. Okay? So kung may update man, dapat ito lahat ay legitimate, tama, at nakakatulong. Number 3, ensure that your staff get the rest and recuperation they need. Remind them to rest from time to time. Number 4, provide a brief and regular forum to allow workers to express their concerns and ask questions. Okay? So dapat may avenue tayo dyan on how they can ask questions. Number 5, encourage peer support amongst colleagues. Maganda sana kung meron tayong body-body system. Ayan. So 1, your mga 2 or 3 in a body system, tapos chine-check nyo yung bawat isa kung kamusta na. Number 6, facilitate access to and ensure staff are aware of where they can access mental health and psychosocial support services. So the DRRMS will be giving to you a document listing down all contact details regarding supports, psychosocial support providers that you will need or you have to be aware of. And number 7, provisions and strategies are in place for both workers and managers, and that supervisors are able to role model self-care strategies to mitigate stress. Ayan. So dapat merong mga yung mga team leaders, dapat mga role model din kayo. Pinapakita nyo sa inyong mga team members na mahalaga ang pangangalaga sa sarili. So hindi nyo pinapakita na madali kayong may stress, dapat pinapakita nyo kung paano nyo pinangalagaan ang sarili nyo para gayanin din kayo nila. Okay? Ayan. So, after doing, so that is for the assessment part. So, after assessing what the particular needs of the population is or are, we now go to planning considerations. And in planning, we should plan for the right tasks. Starting with number 1, since we are going to do remote PFA or virtual PFA or PFA in a distance, we have to identify the channel of communication that is most appropriate for your use. And what we have to consider here is that it should be available and accessible to the general public. So when we are talking here of accessibility, feeling ko pinaka-accessible dito is phone calls or internet calls, voice calls. Pwede rin naman ng video call. Number 2, operating hours. So will you be available 24/7 or on specific hours of the day? So you have to make it also known. Why? Because operations open 24/7 receive many calls, especially at night, from people living with pre-existing mental health conditions or other illnesses. So kung may oras po na madalas tumawag yung may mga pre-existing conditions, usually ito po ay this oras ng gabi. Kaya po, if you're going to decide on a 24/7 hotline, make sure that you have the appropriate training to do so, and there is supervision. Okay? Number 3 is information dissemination about the service. No? How will you be able to reach a significant amount of people? Paano nyo i-announce na gagawa kayo ng PFA? Paano nyo masasabi sa kanila, sa mga nangangailangan, na kayo bilang isang organisasyon ay nag-o-offer ng PFA? Number 4, safety and privacy of both caller and responder. So consider and adapt to the physical environment. Kung ano yung environment na meron kayo dyan sa inyo, you try to adapt. Ensure privacy and avoid disturbance during a call. For example, make sure no one will disturb. Okay? Let family members and others know that the room is used for a call or video conference. Halimbawa, kagaya po ngayon, I have to inform yung kapatid ko tsaka po yung nanay at tatay ko that I'm doing this webinar. So bawal nila ako katukin, bawal nila laksan yung TV, bawal sila mag-ingay, no? Para hindi po ako ma-distract sa ginagawa ko. Okay? So choose a quiet place. So maintain confidentiality and safety of channels of communication. Make sure na yung way ng communication nyo ay hindi mawa-wiretap or hindi mahahack. Okay? Number 5, ease of use of communication tools. So kung gagamit po tayo ng medyo advanced na technology or ng technology, we have to consider whether the technology is user-friendly, no? Kung madali ba siyang gamitin. And then also we have to consider signal and access to internet connectivity. Okay? Kasi baka mamaya wala kayo nun. Number 6, referral pathway. So, kung paano tayo magre-refer, referral system na meron, kailan mo dapat malaman kung kailan na siya i-refer. So, lahat po ito ay naka-indicate. Mamaya, mababanggit ko dun sa link part. Okay? And then number 7, voluntary recruitment. Well, this is not exactly your problem because basically you yourselves are the members of the team. You yourselves are the volunteers. Okay? So after the given considerations, itong planning for the right tasks natin are taken care of, a protocol should be established. Okay? So in establishing protocol, we should consider number 1, do we follow existing protocols or do we create a new protocol? At ano ba yung content ng protocol na iyon? Dapat pa tayong may common script? Yan. So for the following slide, I'm going to use some suggestions on what to include regarding the protocol. And number 1 is your guidance for answering calls, which will be discussed later on in the listening part. Okay, yung guidelines. Paano ba tayo sumagot ng tawag? Number 2 is monitoring of callers. Okay, should it be a requirement to note any statistical information such as age or gender? So you have to take note of that, no? At kung kailangan nyo na kunin yung pangalan, edad, or gender, or iba pang impormasyon nila, then we have to ask for their consent and their permission. However, kung ayaw nilang ibigay, hindi ba ibig sabihin na ika-cancel mo na yung call o ika-cancel mo na yung PFA. Dapat ibigay mo pa rin yung PFA. Sunod is literacy and information drive. Meron ba kayong updated na impormasyon tungkol sa COVID? Meron ba kayong mga websites na alam or mga measures na sinasabi ng otoridad tungkol sa pangangalaga ng sarili at pangangalaga laban sa COVID? Okay? So dapat meron tayong available na mga resources regarding this, no? So dapat naka-prepare natin 'yan. Number 4 is on referral system. So again, well, this is in the linking part and this will be provided to you guys. So you will be guided accordingly for referral. Number 5, education. Do you have resources or materials? Or do you have an updated list of links and other information about psychoeducational materials na maaari nating i-share or ibigay dun sa mga tatawag or hihingi ng impormasyon? So dapat meron din tayo nito. And number 6, which is a also very important, care for carers. Ayan, na-discuss naman natin yan before dun sa MHPSS at PFA training nyo, yung self-care, care for carers. So you do not forget to take care of yourself. It could be helpful if there will be something like a debriefing following a duty, or gumawa ka ng mga pamamaraan for you to be able to cope and help yourself after you have received inquiries for psychological first aid. Okay? So that basically is the look part, which is the whole preparation phase. So dapat ihanda mo lahat ng iyan bago ka makapag-conduct mismo ng psychological first aid. Okay? So again, kung re-reviewin natin ang loop, it's about assessing and planning. Okay? So punta na tayo sa sunod. Ang sunod natin na action principle is the principle of listen. Yan. So this will serve now as our guidance for answering and responding to calls. Okay? So PFA can be in the form of audiovisual or audio or only audio or auditive contacts only. Okay? So ito yung bago natin talaga sagutin yung mga tawag, ito yung ilan sa mga konsiderasyon natin on how we can handle calls. Okay? So remember, number 1, to exercise empathy and warmth. Okay, that's important. So if you are using voice calls or yung boses lang, nag-uusap lang kayo sa telepono, for you to be able to show empathy and warmth, make sure to speak slowly, dahan-dahan, clearly, malinaw, and calmly, mahinahon, and to modulate voice that shows care in order to communicate empathy and warmth. Understanding of events, and allow for ventilation of frustration. Okay? We accept, we do not judge. So kung may nagkikwento sa atin, hayaan lang natin silang magsalita at makikinig tayo. Number 4, safety. If you are talking to a very worried caller, it is important to create a sense of calm and safety by using, again, a calm tone of voice. Okay? So kalmado lang, no, na pananalita. So kung gagamit naman tayo, wait lang po, may iba pong kita pa po ba yung screen ko? Kasi may lumabas
I'm
na.
so sorry, Sir Dan. Ma'am? Ma'am, pwede pong pa-end po natin ang ating presentation. Ma'am Jamela? Ma'am Jamela Tabao? Ma'am, pa-end po na. Ayan. Thank you
Ayan.
po.
Sige po, wait lang. Ibabalik ko lang po uli. Ayan, kita na po ba, Miss Joanne?
Yes, Sir Dan. Kita na po namin. Thank you.
Okay, sige po. So balik tayo no dun sa safety no. So yun po kapag sa boses no, dapat kalmado yung tono ng pananalita natin. Kapag meron naman po tayong kunyari video call yung ginamit natin, maaari po tayong gumamit ng visuals, no, yung pinapakita natin na safe siya or gagamit tayo yun kagaya nito magi-screen share tayo ng mga material no na maaaring magpakita sa kanya na siya ay nasa isang na siya ay safe at ligtas. Okay? Number 5, asking the right questions. We all know that PFA is not critical incident stress debriefing. So we do not usually ask the questions what, when, where, ganyan. Especially the question why. But if ever, no, kasi we will engage naman in conversation, as much as possible, we use open-ended questions to clarify, okay, to clarify points or to confirm kung ano yung sinasabi ng caller. So we ask one question at a time and avoid interpreting what the caller is saying. And number 6, be aware that it is normal to react with anger, frustration, or confusion when experiencing adversity. Huwag ka magpapanik. Kunwari, narinig mo yung tumawag sa'yo na nag-iiyak ka agad. Huwag po tayo magpapanik. Kasi alam natin na yung nararamdaman nila ay mga normal na reaksyon lamang sa isang abnormal na sitwasyon. So dapat, the more na mas pakikinggan natin sila. Okay? So yun yung mga skills na dapat makuha natin in answering calls. So paano na po yung actual na pag-respond sa mga tawag? Okay? How do we now answer calls? So I am going to provide to you a step-by-step guide. So number 1, excuse me, begin by introducing yourself. It's your name, your organization, excuse me, and your position in the organization. Ayan, so dapat informed sila. Number 2, itanong mo kung paano ka makakatulong sa kanila. Ask how you can be of help. No? So you may ask, how may I help you? No? May I also ask for your name so that I know what to call you. Okay? So kung ayaw niya ibigay yung pangalan niya or yung identity niya, it's okay. Still continue. No, mas importante yung naibibigay mo na tulong. Pangatlo, agree on the duration of the call. If you're only planning to receive calls for around 30 to 45 minutes, let the caller know that you are only doing it in a short period, in that period of time. Para magkaroon ng yung caller, magkaroon na siya ng setting of expectations na dapat may address at may bigay niya yung concerns niya within that period of time. Okay? Number 4, we listen to the practical and emotional needs of the caller. And in doing so, we should help them in these 5 different aspects. Number 1, we help them in exploring their emotions. So should the caller be worried, explore what the person is particularly worried about and what their specific concerns are. Halimbawa, maaari nyo po bang masabi sa akin kung ano yung inyong pangamba? No? Ano sabi nyo po kanina sa inyong kwento na kayo ay nag-aalala? Maaari po bang malaman kung ano yung mga bagay na sanhi ng inyong pag-aalala? Ayan. So we explore. Number 2, we help in normalizing their reactions. So in case of extreme stress, worry, fear, or loss of control, reassure and normalize these reactions by explaining that such feelings are normal during any crisis event. Okay, yung usual na cue natin na lahat ito ay normal lamang. Number 3, we have to assist them in learning about COVID. Okay? So another option na maaari nating maibigay sa kanila para mabawasan yung worry nila is to mention how having updates and correct information about COVID is helpful for them. Sabi nga nila, maganda ang may alam. So dapat alam nila ang mga impormasyon na ito. Number 4, we help them in accepting emotions. Tanggapin ang kanilang mga nararamdaman. At isa sa mga maaari nating gawin para madali nilang matanggap ang kanilang mga nararamdaman ay sa pamamagitan ng pagtulong sa kanila na ma-identify at mapangalanan, to identify and name those emotions so that it would be easy for them to acknowledge that they are feeling such emotions. And then, number 5, we help them in setting their own limits. Halimbawa, ang sanhi ng worry ng tao ay yung mga nababasa niya na post sa social media. So dapat, isasuggest natin na bawasan niya yung masyado niyang pagpo-post sa Facebook or yung masyado niyang pang-aaway sa Facebook. Kasi kung yun yung nagiging source ng stress niya. Or bawasan ng time ng panonood sa TV. Okay? So setting limits. Number 5 is that we ask about coping, self-care, and stress management. No? So we ask the caller usually what they usually do to cope with difficult situations and feel better. Ano kaya yung ginagawa nila before na nakakatulong sa kanila in times of a crisis? Baka kasi marahil yung mga ginagawa nila before ay makakatulong din sa kanila ngayon. So have them name a few of them and discuss if they can be useful for the current situation. Ayan. But in case, kunwari yung caller, nagtanong siya for recommendations, you as the PFA provider should be prepared, and you should suggest other exercises, coping techniques na maaari niyang gamitin, such as breathing exercises, such as relaxation techniques, progressive muscle relaxation, grounding, mindfulness. Yan, pwede natin itong ituro sa kanila. Okay? So matapos natin silang turuan, pupunta tayo sa number 6, Matapos yung mga bagay na na-identify ninyo sa mga maaari niyang gawin, tanungin natin siya sa mga bagay na iyon, ano ba yung mga maaari niyang gawin? Nasa palagay niya ay kanyang mismong magagawa. And after identifying, we ask the caller to list down all of these things para the caller will be able to put this into practice. And then we can also ask them to write other sources of inspiration that can help them get through the crisis. Okay? So that is for listening. Okay? So some guidelines, kung paano tayo tatanggap ng tawag. So after ng listening part, pumunta na tayo sa huling bahagi, which is linking. And this is about referring and ending call. And baka rin kasi mapansin ninyo, there are some items here in link that overlaps with the listening part. So yung part na yon sa listening tsaka linking, nag-overlap sila, kaya sabay silang nangyayari. Halimbawa na lang ay ito. We help people address basic needs and cope with their problems. Ayan. So, di ba, yung coping skills, mga ganyan-ganyan, yung mga sanhihingi ng tulong. So, nasa listening yun, but at the same time, tinutulungan na rin natin silang mag-link. Okay? So if the caller of practical or emotional assistance, the PFA provider should refer the caller to specialized services. And again, merong listahan ang DepED na ipapamigay sa inyo. Mamaya ipapakita ko yung list na yon na inyong maaaring gamitin. Number 2, ayan. So, na-discuss na naman ito sa inyo before. So, dapat binabalikan uli natin, no, yung mga kondisyon kung kailan ba tayo kailangan mag-refer. Okay? Na yung tumawag yung caller natin needs specialized support. Okay? So ito yung mga kondisyon kung kung kailan tayo magre-refer. Okay? Halimbawa, meron nang nangyayaring mga abuso, hindi na makatulog, hindi na makakain, no, may self-harm na or harm to others. So kailangan na ng specialized support. Number 2, give information. Ask what they know and believe about the virus and where and how they get updated information. So kung babalikan natin dun sa listening part, parang may kinalaman siya dun sa learning about COVID. Okay? Number 3, connect to social support. Tanungin natin sila kung paano sila nag-stay in touch or nakikipag-communicate sa kanilang mga mahal sa buhay, mga kaibigan, mga katrabaho, at iba pang mga importanteng tao sa buhay nila. Okay? Kasi baka mamaya hindi pala nila kinakausap yung mga friends nila, etc. And then, tanungin din natin sila, paano sila nakaka-access ng religion? Sila ba ay nakakasamba pa, nakakasimba, nakakapagdasal? Paano nila nakukuha yung suporta ng kanilang mga ministro or mga pari? Okay? Or mga iba pang religious leaders. So dapat, tinutulungan din natin sila na lapitan ang mga taong ito. Pang-apat is on referral itself. So ask if there are any practical problem or challenges. Babalik ulit tayo dito sa considerations for referral. So kung kailangan ng referral, i-refer natin. Okay? Kung hindi naman, then hindi niya kailangan ng tulong. Okay? And then finally, we end the conversation. Tatapusin na natin yung pag-provide ng psychological first aid. So we summarize the conversation by highlighting key issues discussed and the action points identified. So, uulitin nyo, parang review kayo ng ginawa ninyo, na pag-usapan ninyo, para mas tumaas yung memory recall, no? And then you agree on a follow-up, kung meron, and kung posible, and then you end the call by thanking for the conversation. Okay? So that basically is how you do psychological first aid, no? By doing the action principles of look, listen, and link, and adapt it, ina-adapt natin sa isang remote version. Okay? Na usually sa pamamagitan ng paggamit ng phone calls or video calls. Okay? So matapos nating malaman yan, ano ba, kaya na ba natin, no? Alam na ba natin yung gagawin? Hopefully, yes. No? Kasi nga, we were trained to do this before. However, we have to mind ourselves of some important issues regarding the conduct of psychological first aid. At isa sa mga issue dito has something to do with the participation and access, no, of marginalized and vulnerable people when it comes to psychosocial support initiatives. Bakit? Kasi limitado or wala silang access pagdating sa technology. Okay? So paano kaya ito magagawa ng paraan? Sometimes the answers to this is already beyond, no, our capacity. So mahalaga na at least may mechanism na ginagawa para sa mga marginalized and vulnerable. Pangalawa, aside from yung mga common issues at concerns na may kinalaman sa COVID, hindi natin maiiwasan no, na may mga tatawag sa atin na ang issue ay hindi COVID, pero mga issue na related sa isang outbreak, related sa enhanced community quarantine. At ano yon? Number 1, potential increase in child abuse. Okay, so baka may tatawag sa inyo niyan. Ano yung gagawin mo? Number 2, domestic or intimate partner violence. Number 3, substance abuse. And number 4, anxiety related to facing severe economic hardships. So at least meron tayong crisis management protocols on hand on how we can handle such situations. Pero given, no, for example, yung sa domestic, intimate partner violence, substance abuse, anxiety, pwede na itong ibigay sa specialized services. Pero for child abuse, there's a special protocol that should be followed, and ito po ay parte ng dokumento na ibibigay sa inyo. Sunod ay may kinalaman po sa social stigma. At ito po ay nasa sa ating banda bilang tayo ay mga responders. So in summary, ang sinasabi lang po dito ay mag-iingat tayo sa mga salita na manggagaling sa ating mga bibig. Mag-iingat po tayo sa mga salita na ating gagamitin, especially when referring to COVID and persons related to related to na may relasyon sa COVID. Halimbawa, yung paggamit ng Wuhan virus, Chinese virus, COVID victims, COVID suspects, no? Plague, apocalypse, katapusan na ng mundo. Okay, kasi po ang paggamit ng ito ay maaaring humantong sa social stigma. Okay? And then, some important planning considerations. Well, okay na po ito, naayos na ito ng DepED DRRMS. So, hindi ko na po kailangang ibigay ito sa inyo kasi ito po ay naihanda na nila at ready na ibigay sa inyo. So, ito po, ito na lang, dito na ako magfo-focus na ito po yung ilan sa mga tanong, no, na pwede nating itanong na kaya nating sagutin in advance. Okay, kung sakali na iisipin natin na mag-conduct ng psychological first aid, halimbawa, anong technology yung gagamitin ko? Phone lang ba? Cellphone lang ba? Or laptop or tablet? No? Pangatlo, paano kung may problema ako sa signal or internet? Paano kaya yung gagawin ko? Saang parte ng bahay ako pipwesto kasi doon malakas ang signal? Aakit ba ako ng bundok o ng puno para lang magkaroon ng signal? Pangatlo, wala akong gadget, no? Pero gusto kong tumulong. Anong pwede kong gawin? Manghihiram ba ako ng gadget sa kakilala ko? Or bibili ba ako? Wow, no, parang pwede tayo lumabas na para bumili. Pang-apat, well, hindi ako marunong gumamit ng mga Google Meets na yan. No? Kaya hanggat maaga, pag-aralan na. At pang-lima, what if mag-fail yung communication channel na meron ako? Ano yung option na meron pa ako na pwede kong gamitin na backup? Okay? At kapag na-consider na natin ang mga yan, yung mga issues at yung mga bagay na yan, I guess we are ready for psychological first aid. No? At sa panghuli, lagi nating tandaan, no, that our negative responses to COVID-19 are but normal reactions to an abnormal situation. We can actively do our part by focusing on things that we can control, especially, for example, keeping safe, taking care of ourselves, and preventing the spread of the virus. No? So we focus on the things we can control and let go of those things that we cannot. So with that, thank you very much for listening, and I hope you'll be able to apply remote psychological first aid after this session.
Learning Management System.
Thank you very much, Sir Dan Paulo R. Yema, Assistant Professor at the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. So next in line, Sir Ralph.
Yes, that is correct. We are very lucky kasi alam natin na napaka-busy po nitong ating next guest. But he really found time for him to join us in our division training of trainers on the LMS utilization. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us live from DepEd Central Office, the Educational Technology Unit Head, Mr. Mark Anthony C.
Learning Management System.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon so to all of our teachers in Davao Occidental. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat at maraming salamat sa pag-imbita at maging kabahagi ng inyong training program. At ako po ay lubos na natutuwa sapagkat sa ating pong new normal classroom, hindi natin maiiwasan talaga ang paggamit ng teknolohiya. But that aspect will not stop us to move forward, to hurdle the challenges. At sabi nga natin, sa sama-samang pagtutulungan, magagawa natin ang lahat. I am very thankful that you have already started cascading these trainings in the utilization of a learning management system. Gaya ng aking laging ibinabanggit, hindi rito question kung ano ang ating edad, kung ano ang ating subject na itinuturo, basta alam natin ang proseso, alam natin ang step-by-step procedure. And with that, we will cope up at masasabayan natin yung agos ng pagbabagong ito. Lagi nating sinasabi na para sa bata, para sa bayan, at ako naman ang aking sasabihin ay para sa mga guro. Sapagkat kung tayo ay mapaghusay, yan ang tatatak sa ating bansa, yan ang tatatak sa mundo, sapagkat tapos na yung panahon na lagi nating tinitignan yung galing ng ibang bansa. Ngayon, tignan natin ang galing ng mga Pilipino. We are resilient in terms of facing the challenges. At sa paggamit nga po ng ating DepEd Learning Management System, ito talaga ay makakatulong sa atin dun sa ating isang modality na online learning. Now, DepEd is trying its best to communicate with our telecommunications partners para ito po ay ma-whitelist na. Ibig sabihin nun, kapag na-whitelist, tayo man ay walang internet load o walang data credits, ay ma-access natin ang DepEd Learning Management System. So with that, malapit na ang pasukan. It's really challenging, but rest assured that the Educational Technology Unit will be here to support kung ano man po ang inyong pangangailangan sa larangan ng EdTech. Nandito po kami. Kaya sama-sama tayo sa pagsulong ng edukalidad. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much po, Sir Mark Anthony C. And thank you and good luck po sa alam ko pong busy po kayo ngayon, but maraming salamat po dahil you found time to be with us. Again, maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
This is the Division Training of Trainers on Learning Management System or LMS Utilization of the Department of Education and Schools Division of Davao Occidental.
At this point, to introduce our next speaker is our Chief of the Curriculum Implementation Division of the Schools Division of Davao Occidental. Joining us live is our Chief, Sir Felix I. Anticristo. Hello, Sir Felix.
Hello, good afternoon to all. May hapon sa tanan.
Take it away po, sir.
Ang galing nyo. Congrats, no? So, good afternoon once again. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We know that August 24, 2020, which is the design start of classes in the new normal, runs fast, closest to the anxiety on how the delivery of quality basic education be managed. No? So, with the restriction to safeguard the health of all people and innocent youth, especially in the pedagogy of education. Now, I know that all our minds are stained with worries on how can teachers touch the neurons of the minds and hearts of learners in which today or our teachers today teach, and tomorrow probably our classroom may turn into a quarantine facility. Our education leaders will never surrender for the realization of our DepEd vision, mission, and goals. As such, our scholars filtered modalities which are the antidotes so that the vacuum in education will not happen. And this afternoon, I am much elated to introduce a very intelligent person, not only adorned with beauty, but also gifted with intelligence. She was already introduced during the previous sessions. Moreover, to boost her morale, wit, and talent, allow me to inform the public that she was a Hall of Famer in the field of journalism, and that she was assigned as supervisor, and now our chief of the curriculum and learning management division. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our woman for the day or woman for the afternoon, a tireless woman who will illumine us on different learning modalities, sample prototype schedules, sample calendar regarding MELCs, and some ways forward. Now, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Dr. Jeanette Villoso, our CLM Deputy Chief of Region 11.
Learning Management System.
Ito ang tinatawag nating new normal modalities, enablers of learning. So ito po ay ang aking presentation, the flow. We have different learning modalities. Second, our sample prototype schedules. So, and then we have the sample calendar of all the most essential learning competencies per quarter. But this time we will be showing to you a sample of the first quarter. So if we are going to plan it out, somehow this will help our teachers and our implementers to be able to deliver the curriculum well. And then our way forward, I'm always looking at it that there will always be something that we need to continue, not only today, but also the remaining months that we will be having our most essential learning competencies for school year 2021. Next slide, Login. Yes, so we have first our, of course, our face-to-face, shall we say, the most important, no, for us before the usual business we have, that it is about the face-to-face simulation, or shall we say interaction between the learners and a teacher. And for now, with as mandated by our DepED central office, that for now we are not going to have this, because this modality has to really ensure that the learning spaces are safety, and also it is conducive for learning. So we need to have to consider local and national protocols. And so with this, we're not we will not be using momentarily the face-to-face modality. Next to that, Login. So we'll move to the next, Login. Our modular printed learning modules. Okay, so the printed learning modules, as we all know, ito yung tinatawag nating self-learning modules. We should be aware of this, that these are the modules that our learners will receive comes August 24, 2020. So our default is that be it online, offline, radio-based or TV-based instruction, all modalities, all learners should have the self-learning modules. So in here, in modular, considering printed learning modules, so we need to consider that teachers here will use as a modality wherein learners will be supervised at home or guided at home by an adult or other siblings and family members. Okay. And then we have next to that, actually for our modular or printed learning modules, we have suggested actions of key players. The suggested actions of key players are suggested actions that most likely will be of help to us in the implementing unit. And so we have here some considerations of our partnership with the local government unit to ensure that the delivery of the materials are well coordinated. So if this gonna be or if this will really partner even the LGU, the barangay, the purok, the city leaders, then we can do that. So these are vital informations or suggestions for you to consider. Next to that, we have the school on air or radio-based instruction. So our school on air radio-based instruction, narinig nyo na kanina, so it could be using the radio transmission or our horn loudspeaker, yung tatawag nating trompa sa mga paaralan. So ito yung tinatawag nating horn loudspeaker. Okay, so in this particular modality, still the learners will be provided with the self-learning modules. However, shall we say, the lessons, deepening of the lessons are done, or this is done through our radio-based instruction. And if it is trompa, usually the trompa is placed in the middle of the most, or the thickly populated place and community, and where all learners are situated. So yun po ang ideal for that if it is using the horn loudspeaker. And so again, these are the suggested actions of key players. Lalabas na rin yan ang mga different actions of key players. So we're giving you the suggested actions for as well. This will help you as you deliver the curriculum through the use of the school on air or radio-based instruction. Next to that, our television-based instruction. Okay, so of course, our TV-based. Nandiyan pa rin ang ating transistor radio, but that will be provided to you. But assuming na yan po ay TV. Okay, this is teaching through the use of television and other visual media. And so learners may view educational episodes and lessons on television at home. Lessons are featured through pre-arranged TV programming and aired according to time slots and grade level on a daily or thrice or twice per week basis. And so that would be, again, depending on the time slots that our partner group or partner agency or organization will provide us. So in our TV-based instruction, we have also suggested actions of key players. Next to that, our offline. Okay, our offline, parang ito ay tatawag natin na downloaded or provided materials through online but these are navigated through offline. Or even these are digitized through the use of CD or thumb drive, but these are provided ahead so that the learners can view it, can navigate, can explore, or can read and do the respective tasks even without the use of connectivity or the internet. So that's the offline. Next to that, the suggested action of key players. So talagang nilalagyan namin ang mga suggested action of key players. Next, we have our online. This concerns about synchronous and asynchronous delivery. So in our online, of course, this needs so much about our gadgets like desktop, laptop, tablet, or smartphone, or your Android phone. And then you are going to engage synchronous, meaning same time and same slots that you have agreed or scheduled with your teacher, and then there is a delivery of the curriculum. And then asynchronous, meaning after all that the content or probably the concepts are provided, and so learners on their own, na even without the use of the virtual classroom, or shall we say, the one that you have experienced yesterday and on the during our first day of the training about the learning management system. So this would be the time wherein learners interact with the teacher virtually, or even do their respective tasks, even not, or shall we say, in a asynchronous way, wherein the learners can do their tasks, even the teachers are not virtually present. So with that, learners, or in the asynchronous experience, these are assignments given to the learners, or even recorded activities and videos or slides or emails or instructions on in the respective group chats or chat rooms. And so all these things, when learners explore on their own, that's the time that they're doing in a synchronous way. So again, we have the suggested actions of key players. So these are vital suggestions for you to do at your level. Next to that, we have the blended remote learning, wherein in the blended remote learning, we have, of course, a combination of the modalities cited in the face-to-face, or probably our modular, our TV-based, our radio-based instruction, or even our offline and online. So depending on the choice of the parents or the learners. And so as you all know, this will emanate, or this will be the decision of utilizing the blended remote learning will be lodged to the school officials, and also consultations with the teachers para collaborative din ito effort of all the key players in school to ensure that learners are provided with the services. And so they are given, or they are provided, they are learning according to the pace that we actually, yung conservative, 8-week delivery of the curriculum per quarter. Okay. Next to that will be our suggested actions of key players, and then the homeschooling. Now, as to homeschooling, the policy is yet to be released by DepED CEO. So we're not, we don't have yet for now the policy as updated, or the policy that is appropriate for now as we are in the pandemic. So we'll just wait for that, and eventually we will provide all the uh, different field offices for this policy on homeschooling. Next, we have the sample prototype template. These are sample or this, I will be showing to you some sample prototype templates of which will help us on how we're going to do about listing of recipients of self-learning modules. How do we do that? And next to that will be the prototype also in the distribution and retrieval of the self-learning modules. Ayan, nagbibigay na kami ng sample prototype of which that will help our implementers. And then another sample prototype also for the tracking of and feedback to learners' output. So ibig sabihin, it's not only that we are retrieving, or shall we say distributing the materials, but we are tracking it because this has something to do with our another feature of the LMS that we are going to provide a help desk for our learners, because we are going to feature their help desk or hotlines for our learners to be able to connect if indeed during the time that they are on their own to study their lessons or probably their self-learning modules, there are gray areas that they would want to clarify about, then we are going to include in our self-learning management system and also probably in our advocacy materials, the hotlines where they can call an expert or they can call a team to assist them. And if there are parents that would like to be clarified about of the lessons that the learners are shall we say struggling in terms of their mastery. And then the calendar of the milks per learning area. So why we are showing it to you? Because ideally, through the curriculum implementation division and with learning experts for learning area, and so with our school heads and department heads in the case for junior high school and senior high school, we would want you that before we begin the school year, everything should be already plotted in a calendar and as to per learning area, per grade level. So we're giving you some samples of which we can summarize per grade level, and yun ang masundan ng ating mga parents. So it would be very advantageous that our critical input in this are communicated and articulated to our parents, shall we say, orientation and training. So we're giving you out the sample for Aralpan. This is a sample for level 1 or for grade 1. And then up to, as you notice, it reaches to October 12 to 16. So naipagmamalaki ang sariling pangarap o ninanais sa pamamagitan ng mga malikaing pamamaraan. As you all know, kung matatanggap na ng ating mga bata ang self-learning modules, ito po ay napapalooban ng mga sinatawag nating lessons. Hindi ibig sabihin na ang bawat module ay may isang lesson lang. No, these are sometimes broken down into different lessons to ensure that all concepts are mastered and all skills or competent, the enabling lessons are provided for our learners to be able to master the competency. So, ayan, binibigay namin sa inyo by grade level or a sample per grade level and by learning area. So there are those also that we can also provide like this. So we are giving you out some series of prototype so you can choose and you can contextualize on your own. That will really help us to make all our deliverables clear to the field and all our key players, including the households, and I'm talking about the parents, to really know about this. Okay, so ayan, i-segue na lang natin yan. Filipino 7, APP 5, Science 8. I hope na nasundan nyo. And then we have Aralpan 1. And then we move to the sample prototype schedules. Itong sample prototype schedules, in a video lesson ito or in a video clips. So ginawa ko siyang sample prototype na video clips para naman when you are going to conduct orientation to your parents, parang there is something that they can look into and be know on how to do it at their own level pag nasa bahay sila at paano ito gagawin. So it is somewhat very tailored fit and contextualized siya at saka personalized siya is because these are actually achievable sa bahay. Pwede siyang gawin sa bahay at saka very dynamic in the sense that these are the usual thing that we expect that the learners should be doing at home and should be doing in school. Parang mini-merge natin siya, what the learners may do in school and when they are at home, how the school be replicated at home. Ayan. Yan po ang purpose ng sample prototype schedules natin. And that will be shown later. Later pa yan isa-show sa inyo. But that would be after my presentation. So kaya abangan nyo yan. And then after that, binibigay namin parang reminder sa atin. Kasi while we know that the senior high school have already the milks, but because of the way we analyze it, that only few of the competencies in the milk or in the curriculum guide of our senior high school are subsumed or shall we say merged. So we would want you to be aware of the 80-hour for that, particularly for senior high school, for 80-hour per learning area. And so anyway, when we yung ibinangga na namin siya, when we compare it this away to the total number of subjects per semester, kasi it's very unique for our senior high school na meron tayong first semester and second semester, and we still stick to our previously issued our regional memorandum number 15, or number 20, number 15, I should say, series 2016, when we had our first implementation of the senior high school, because the purpose then or the intention of our issuance is to really provide the same offering so that when there will be migration or transfer of learners, we can actually mitigate those that would be concerning about transfer of learners and lack of subjects that would be taken from one school to another or from one track to another track. Okay. Next to that, dalawang slide yan. Next to that, sa way forward natin. Ayan, nasa way forward na tayo. Okay, itong way forward natin is that first, we are going to continue our training package for teachers and parents, because the training package for teachers and parents will continue, because still we are going to let you be aware of the conversion of our shall we say, the conversion of our ebooks or self-learning modules to ebooks, interactive video lessons, radio scripts, and TV-based scripts. So all this should be rolled out to you so that you'll know all about this. And another is for the mapping of congressional districts per division, kasi this concerns about monitoring. So while we are in a remote modalities, nasa remote tayo, the monitoring will still continue. So we are going to map out the different congressional districts, or probably the different districts. Pwede nyo ring gawin, or pwede ring by division or by schools. So ito ang suggestions namin. Nagagawa tayo ng ganito para makita talaga. Can you show the map now, Lugin? about the map of sample nito is District 1 of Davao del Norte. So at a glance, makita natin ano po ang offering or ano ang makikita natin na modalities per school. So makikita na natin dyan kung ilang percentage, probably we can scale up or additional percentage of number of students or learners under modular, under school on air, under offline, online, and blended. So this will help us all monitors, our public school district supervisors, our education program supervisors, and the one manning the schools to really know where are these things or how are this or what modalities that the schools are offering. So this will help us also strategically monitor our schools. Okay, so with that, I would like to welcome you to the sample prototype schedules. Login, kindly show Login the sample prototype schedules in the form of video clips.
Sample home, online instructional plan. Kindergarten. Monday to Friday. Morning session, 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. Breakfast. Monday to Friday. Morning session, 8:30 to 8:40 a.m. Prayer song exercise. Morning session, Monday to Friday. 8:40 to 8:55 a.m. replay. Monday to Thursday. Morning session, 8:55 to 9:25 a.m. Thursday, socio-emotional. Morning session, 8:55 to 9:25 a.m. Assessment task Monday to Friday. Morning session, 9:25 to 9:40 a.m. Snack time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Morning session, 9:40 to 10:10 a.m. Friday, morning session, 9:40 to 10:10 a.m. Morning session, 10:10 to 10:30 a.m. Morning session, 10:30 to 10:35 a.m. Monday to Friday. Morning session, 10:35 to 12 o'clock noon. Monday to Friday. 12 to 1 p.m. Lunch. Relaxation. Monday to Friday. 1 to 5 o'clock p.m. Monday to Friday. 1 to 5 o'clock p.m. Monday to Friday. 5 to 6:30 p.m. Dinner time. 6:30 to 8 p.m. Free time. 8 p.m. onwards. Bedtime.
I believe that I have delivered to you. Actually, we have sample prototype for kindergarten, and we have also for grades 1 and 2. Meron pa ba Login?
Learning Management System.
Ay, magulang sa grade 3.
Learning Management System. Learning Management System. Learning Management System.
Ayan, thank you very much po, Dr. Veloso and Sir Felix I. Anticristo for that. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, meron po tayong series of announcement. Our first announcement, we have a memorandum coming from tanggapan ng pangalawang kalihim. This is DepED Task Force COVID-19, memorandum number 76, and it is already flashed on your screen. This memorandum number 76 was dated 27 of July 2020, and this memorandum is for the following: the undersecretaries, assistant secretaries, bureau and service directors, regional directors, and BARM education minister, schools division superintendents, heads and teachers of public secondary schools, all other concerned, and the subject of the memorandum is the online training on remote psychosocial support through play for elementary learners. And allow me to read the content of the memorandum. In preparation for the incoming opening of the school year 2020-2021, on August 24, 2020, the Department of Education will provide a series of online training for elementary school teachers, school heads, and division non-teaching personnel on remote psychosocial support through play for elementary learners. The online training will be conducted per cluster from August 3 to 6, 2020 via StreamYard and live via Facebook. The aforementioned trainings are organized by the DepEd Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Service in coordination with the National Educators Academy of the Philippines and the Information and Communication Technology Service in partnership with the Unilab Foundation, Inc. through their project Heads Up Philippines. All public elementary school teachers, school heads, and division non-teaching personnel are enjoined to participate in the training and are advised to carefully follow these steps. Step 1, select the date of the cluster, and since we are from Region 11, you will be on August 4, 2020 from 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Moving on, step number 2, fill out the registration form based on the chosen schedule. So we are batch 2, so the link is bit.ly/PSSP Play Training Cluster 2. Step 3, join the private Facebook group via the link that will be prompted once registered. Step 4, actively participate in the selected schedule of training. And finally, step 5, take the pre-course survey, quizzes, post-test, and training evaluation, as these will serve as basis for the issuance of the Certificate of Participation. For more information, please contact the Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Service, 2nd floor, Mabini Building, Department of Education Central Office, DepEd Complex, Meralco Avenue, Pasig City, through email at drrmo@deped.gov.ph or telefax number 0286334933. Immediate dissemination of this memorandum is directed, signed by the Undersecretary and the Chairperson of DepEd Task Force COVID-19, Elaine Del B. Pascua. And we have another announcement, Ma'am Gay.
Sir Ralph, so another announcement is attention to all applicants for the following positions: Administrative Officer 2, Administrative Assistant 3, Administrative Assistant 2, Administrative Aide 6. So please send a message to this Facebook account, DepED Davao Occidental, together with your name and position applied for. Because we are creating a chat room exclusive only to the aforesaid applicants. So communications will be sent there, including the link for the upcoming virtual interview. Please use your real name for identification. Again, attention to all applicants for the following positions: Administrative Officer 2, Administrative Assistant 3, Administrative Assistant 2, Administrative Aide 6. So please send a message to this Facebook account, DepEd Davao Occidental, together with your name and position applied for, because we are creating a chat room exclusive only to the aforesaid applicants. Communications will be sent there, including the link for the upcoming virtual interview. So please use your real name for identification. Sir Ralph.
Yes, we have another announcement this time from our division, Administrative Officer 4, assigned in the personal section. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on screen Ma'am Elaine Hazel M. Donato.
learning management system. This is the division training of trainers on learning management system or LMS utilization of the Department of Education and Schools Division of Davao Occidental.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Elaine. This time, ladies and gentlemen, let's have the live shout out via our social media posts. Right, Ma'am Gay?
Yes, Sir Ralph. So we have here comments or our shoutout coming from Ma'am Joanne SN. Oh, sabi niya, good afternoon, still watching. And that's from Ma'am Edaline De Ases. Sir Ralph?
Hashtag Sulong Idokalidad, hashtag SDO Davao, hashtag LMS Davao. Good afternoon. Thank you for the input. Hashtag Laban Lang Self. Of course, we would like to say hi to Sir Jimmy Pasandalan, still watching from Heraclio Casco Memorial National High School of Santa Maria West District po, and also to Ma'am Briane Tenorio Pasandalan. Good afternoon po. Okay?
Yes, Sir Ralph, we have a subscriber from Ma'am Griselda Sanhover. Sabi niya, good afternoon po, Davao Occidental. Still watching from Kinanga Elementary School of Don Marcelino District. Happy viewing, everyone! Hello po sa inyo dyan.
So we have via Facebook, Molo Gitigan, sabi niyo, good afternoon, watching from Tubalan Elementary School. So hello po, Ma'am Lani. Thank you for still watching.
Yes, Sir Ralph. So let me remind again all our viewers, use the following hashtags. Our official hashtags in our division is hashtag LMS.off, hashtag Sulong Educalidad, hashtag Schools Division of Davao Occidental, hashtag DepED, and hashtag SDO Davao. We'll learn as one. So please continue posting for your documentation for today. Sir Ralph?
All right. Also, we would like to say hi to Ma'am Pearl Munet Ang. Sabi niya, hi Ma'am Maria Soledad Perez, Lani Mayrillas, Charisma Fe Herba. So good afternoon po sa inyong lahat na nanonood ngayong hapon na ito. Next.
Okay, Sir Ralph, before we say hi to our teacher participants and our viewers out there, so for our attendance link for this day is tinyurl.com/lmsday4. I think it's flashed already in your screen. Kindly
Take note.
Take note of that. It's tinyurl.com/lmsday4. And for your evaluation link, it's forms.
We'll give it later on. Yes. So just tune in for the evaluation link. Okay. All right. So for our let's have other postings from our Facebook users. Okay. So on your screen we have hello to Ma'am Arlene Reyatan. Thank you for the badge. Oh, binigyan si Ma'am ng badge ng ano. Next post please. Ma'am Gay?
Kanyang laptop. Ayan, Sir Ralph.
Okay, another posting we have from From Daisy Parame Ababa. She used all the hashtags at saka meron din siyang mga screenshots na photos. At saka that's the time na nanonood siya doon sa simulation ni Ma'am Shamay Magallanes kaninang umaga. Other postings, please?
Yes, Sir Rob. So another posting is coming from our teacher participant. It's from Ma'am Marian. Ayan, meron siya nakalagay dyan. No, let the learnings we achieve today bloom at its highest peak, just like these flowers. Ayan. So nakapag-capture siya na ganyan with using all the official hashtags in our division.
And finally, we have another teacher participant who posted her Facebook. Okay, we have from Ronaline Upalia. Day 4 of 4, morning session done. Let's check. At meron siya mga photos na nanunood siya ng ating Division Training of Trainers. I guess we need to post again the announcement from Donasco for her announcement. So,
Learning Management System.
Just an update from personal section. The interview for AO2, ADAS 2, ADAS 3, and Administrative Aid 6 will be on August 4 to 5. The link for the interview and attendance will be sent through their email address. And another advanced information that on August 7, 2020, there will be a mass virtual oath-taking ceremony for the newly hired teachers, probationaries, and non-teaching personnel. Memorandum to follow. And from personal section also, we will cater your requests such as the service records, certificate of employment. Just send your request through online and you can contact those persons under personal section. Then if we are done with your request, we'll just contact you to avoid gathering at the division office. So that's all and good afternoon.
This is the Division Training of Trainers on Learning Management System or LMS Utilization of the Department of Education and Schools Division of Davao Occidental. Division Training of Trainers. Learning Management System.
Thank you very much, Elaine Donasco, our administrative officer under the personnel section.
that's right. At this point, I would like to acknowledge the following personnel from the regional office, headed by our regional director, Dr. Evelyn Fitalvero, CESO 4, our assistant regional director, Dr. Maria Ines Asuncion, CESO 5, and of course, our chief of the regional chief of the Curriculum Learning Management Division, Dr. Janet G. Vilosa.
Our regional education supervisors, we have there Dr. Annalisa C. Almazan for the kindergarten learning area. We have also there Dr. George N. Wong for MTV MLP, Dr. Mary Jane M. Mejorada of Filipino learning area, And we have Dr. Maricel S. Langahid of Alternative Learning System, Dr. Jocelyn B. De La Cuesta for the MAPE Learning Area.
Have Dr. Manuel P. Vallejo for English, Dr. Renato N. Pacpac for Mathematics, Dr. Maria Liza I. Birandoy for Science, Dr. Maria Shelo D. Estrada, ESP, Dr. Danilo R. Duhinog, Araling Panlipunan, Dr. Pidelina O. Huevos for EPPTLETVL, and of course, we would like to acknowledge our Regional ITO Engineer Ricardo Ginto.
Yes, Sir Rob. So let's also acknowledge our leaders and personnel from the Schools Division of Davao Occidental, headed by our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Lorenzo E. Mendoza, CESO 6. To our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Jinky B. Ferman, CESE. To our Chief of the Curriculum Implementation Division, Mr. Felix I. Antecristo. To our Chief of the School Governance Operations Division, Mr. Nilo L. Octura.
And of course, our Division Education Program Supervisors for the following learning areas. For Edukasyon sa Pagpapakatao, Ms. Alerna O. Andoy. For English, Dr. Raymond S. Aquino. For Mathematics, Mr. Romeo M. Parino. For Science, Dr. Irene C. Mahinay. For MAPE, Mr. Rodrigo C. Milay. For Araling Panlipunan, Ms. Jonathan C. Araneta. For Filipino, Dr. Nelia Q. Madelo. For EPPTLETVL, Ma'am Aurora O. Miliorida. And for Alternative Learning System, Ma'am Marcia May D. Ibahan.
And we would like also to acknowledge our Education Program Supervisor for Learning Management System. We have Mr. Ernie E. Agsaulio. To our program specialist from the School Management Monitoring and Evaluation, Mr. Nilo S. Octura Jr. and Ms. Hazel Desabilie. And we have also to acknowledge our Public Schools District Supervisors all the way from Sarangani District, headed by Dr. Almer T. Davis. For Just One District, we have Ms. Merlin Yacon. For Just Two District, we have Mr. Aldrin G. Bueno. For Don Marcelino District, headed by their PSDS, Mr. Joel A. Villahermosa. For Santa Maria West District, we have Dr. Randy L. Peñaroya. Santa Maria East District, with their PSDS, Dr. Ladislao Jr. T. Agawin.
Of course, hindi magpapahuli ang ating mga guro with their PSDS from Malvita West District, headed by Mr. Jesus Yulas Cunha Jr. From Malita South District, with their PSDS, Ma'am Irma P. Sulpot. For Malita East District, headed by Ma'am Antonita E. Corpus. And of course, from Malita North District, with our PSDS, Ma'am Fe Arlene D. Laganse. We are on our closing program. And to start our closing program, let's listen to message of encouragement. This time, let's start with our Regional Information Technology Officer joining us live from Davao City. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Engineer Ricardo Ginto. Good afternoon, sir. Okay, so balikan po natin si Engineer Ginto. Meron lang pong mga technical challenge sa kanyang end. Before we listen to Engineer Ginto, let's have first the PSDS from Sarangani District. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on screen Dr. Almer T. Davis. I guess, sorry. So I guess okay na si Engineer Ginto once again.
Yes.
Sorry. Joining us live from Davao City, ladies and gentlemen, our regional ITO, Engineer Ricardo Ginto. Again, sir, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Maraming salamat po. Magandang hapon po sa lahat po ng ating guro sa Davao Occidental Division. At unang-una po, binabati ko rin po ng magandang hapon ang aking gwapong kaibigan na si Dr. Lorenzo Mendoza. Ganun din po ang ating Assistant School Superintendent na si Ma'am Jinky Basan Pirman at ang aking kaibigan ng Chief ng CID, si Sir Felix Antecristo at kaibigan ko po rin na Chief ng SGOD, si Sir Nilo. Magandang hapon po sa lahat at binabati ko po ang sangay ng Davao Occidental sa kanilang division trainers of training sa utilization ng learning management system. At ako po'y nagagalak at naging bahagi po ako ng inyong pagsasanay na ito. Binabati ko po lahat ang mga guro, no? Guro natin ng ating sangay ng Davao Occidental. Alam niyo, ang learning management system ay isang software application po yan na ito po ay web-based technology. Para malaman po ng lahat, ito po ay Moodle platform, no? Isa pong open source na binuo ng ating national DepEd Central Office at meron din po ang ating regional office, no? At ginawa po yan ng isa naming kasamahan dito sa aming Information Communication Technology Unit. Para malaman po ng lahat, ang learning management system ay isang e-learning tools, no? Ito po yung mga pinaka-common, hindi lamang po sa Pilipinas. Ito po ang ginagamit ng mga malalaking universidad sa Amerika, sa Europe at dito po sa buong bansa, lalong-lalo na po sa mga higher education. Ito po ay pwedeng online. Meron din po itong features na pwedeng gamitin offline. Ang pagiging offline po nito ay pwede pong i-download kasi meron po itong sinatawag na mobile application. Pwede pong i-download ang mga source o resources at kung ano-ano pong mga materials na nilalaman ng ating learning management system. Para sa kaalaman po ng lahat, kahapon na nagkaroon po kami ng national meeting na tinawag po ng ating central office ng ating director na si Director Abram na dinaluhan po ng buong information technology officer ng buong bansa. Doon in-update po kami na aming director na marami po silang ginagawang mga karagdagan para po magamit ng ating mga guro ngayong pagsimula ng ating pasukan ngayong Agosto 24. At isa na po dito yung kanilang ginagawa na yung TV broadcasting. Merong audio and video na ilalagay bukod pa po doon sa mga learning materials na mga SLMS na kanila pong kina-quality assurance. At para po malaman ng lahat, meron din po itong isang added content na tinatawag po nila na blue button na isang plug-in na pwede pong gamitan ng video conferencing, no? Yan po yung isa sa mga karagdagan at binalita rin po sa amin na ang ating DepEd LMS at ganun din po ang DepEd Common ay magiging zero rate, meaning to say magiging libre po ang ating internet na mobile, no? Kasi po ini-sponsoran po yan ng ating mga mababait na mga malalaking korporasyon katulad po ng Smart at Globe. At yan po yung mga in-update sa amin. Bukod po sa mga karagdagang ito, kanilang ino-organize kasi meron pong isang director na kasama namin kahapon sa aming meeting at ang kanilang sinaalang-alang dito ang mga kapakanan at ang mga nakita niyang para hindi po mahirapan ang ating mga guro. Dahil nga po, nakita po nila, lalong-lalo na sa DepEd Commons, na pag binuksan ang DepEd Commons at kung for example, binuksan ang isang learning areas na English, hindi po daw nagkakaroon ng sequencing o nandoon po sa organize na meron pong binigay na example na for example, ang isang guro ay magtuturo ng photosynthesis na yan po ay nasa learning areas ng agham. Mahihirapan pa daw po ang ating mga guro para kumuha pa ng mga references kasi hindi po naka-organize. So yun po ang binabalita ko po sa inyo dahil ang ang ating pong isang learning modalities na gagamitin ay isa po ito pong learning management system. Alam niyo po, ako po'y natutuwa na medyo nalulungkot kasi po naalala ko po nung ako po ay inimbitahan at pina-attend sa Asia Pacific Education Conference sa Seoul, Korea. At ito po ay inatina ng mga iba't ibang mga kalahok na ang kanilang mga specialist, ang kanilang mga specialista is ay ang information communication technology. At doon po ay sinabi sa amin kung ano po ang kahandaan ng ating region. Kasi po ako po nagre-represent sa ating region 11, Davao Region. At aking nabanggit doon ang ating paghahanda ay naalala ko ay ang DepED Computerization Program lamang. Pero malungkot man pong sabihin dahil po kung di po nagkaroon ng COVID, ang ating pamamaraan ng pagtuturo ngayon ay hindi po agad. Kumbaga nabigla. Nabigla ang ating mga guro dahil po bigla tayong nagkaroon ng digital or digital education na tamang-tama dahil papunta po tayo sa 21st century wherein ang ating dapat ay handa ay ang mga teknolohiya na dapat po yan ang dapat gamitin ng ating mga guro. Sa 21st century, ito po ang mga pamamaraan, no? At dapat gawin ng ating mga guro. Ito po yung mga modern day educator na dapat handa. Meron po silang mga alam at meron pong sinasabi na anim na karakteristik ng isang 21st educator century or century educator. Sila po ay adaptive, no? Adaptive doon sa mga pamamaraan ng pagtuturo ng mga ganitong kasanayan, no? Sinasabi po doon na ang teachers kailangan po ay adaptable para sa exchanging or ever-changing tool of changes that are being implemented in the schools. So itong LMS is isa po sa mga pamamaraan o application para i-adapt ng ating mga guro. Meron pa pong isang karakteristik na tinatawag na lifelong learners na ang educators daw po ay kailangang merong ine-expect ang ating mga mag-aaral na sila po ay magkakaroon ng lifelong learning. Na ito po ay tinatawag na isang educational trends of technology na kailangan na ang isang they know how to tweak the old lesson plan, no, from years before to make more current, no. Kailangan meron po silang ganyang isang karakteristik. At of course, ang ating mga guro ay dapat ay isang tech savvy, no. Kasi ang technology natin ngayon ay mabilis magbago, no. Sa 21st century teachers ay isa yan po sa mga dapat na karakteristik na ang latest technology natin ngayon ay dapat isa alang-alang ng ating mga guro at isa itong learning management system. And of course, ang isa pong importante dito yung collaboration. An effective 21st century educator must be able to collaborate, no, and work well with the team, no, in the school, in the district, in divisions, and even po dito sa region, ganun po ginagawa namin. No, kailangan yung ating mga skill ay ating din pong sineshare at ito po ay very effective to work with a group or in a team. Tinatawag po yan na teamwork, no? So ito po yung isa sa mga kailangan na i-share na mga expertise, experience na dapat ang ating mga guro ay may pamamaraan at kanilang sineshare ito. Kaya po kailangan ng isang kolaborasyon. Of course, meron po dapat silang isang karakteristik na forward thinker, no? A 21st century educator thinks about their students, future and kinabukasan ng ating mga mag-aaral para ang career opportunities ng ating mga mag-aaral ay makita at mailagay sa tama, no? At of course, mayroong mga planning na dapat gawin para ang ating mga mag-aaral ay preparado o prepare para sa susunod o sa kanilang mga kinabukasan. And they are also advocates for the professions, being the teachers, no? They are not only advocate not only for their students, but they're also professions. The teachers are being watched now, no? Because the technology nga is one of our tools that very effective to be a part of our work as a teacher. Kaya po itong ating mga ginagawa, aking mga kasamaang guro, ng aking minamahal na mga guro, ito po ay paghahanda natin para sa darating na pasukan. Kami naman po dito sa ating region, ang ICTU ay lagi pong nakaalalay, lagi pong nakasuporta. Lagi po akong nag-iisip kung ano po yung mga tulong na dapat naming maibigay para sa ating mga guro, para hindi po tayo magkaroon ng kalituhan, mapadali ang ating mga gawain sa ating mga gagawing mga gawain para sa darating na pasukan. So again, ako po ay nagpapasalamat at binabati ko po ang mga bumubuo ng pagsasanay nito na pinangungunahan ng inyong superintendent na walang iba si Dr. Lorenzo Mendoza, no? Si Ma'am Jinky. At of course, yung aking counterpart dito sa ating sangay, sa ating region, walang iba kundi si James Robert Pirman. Binabati kita, James, no? Congratulations na itong ginagawa niyo ito ay talagang karapat-dapat para sa ating mga guro. So, ganun na lamang po at ako'y nagpapasalamat muli at sana ay lagi po tayong kaawaan ng ating buong may kapal. Maraming salamat at magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat.
Learning Management System.
Maraming salamat po, Engineer Ginto, our Regional Information Technology Officer, para po sa pagbibigay sa amin ng updates at pagbibigay din po ng assurance sa aming mga guro, assurance of support for this LMS course. Yes po. So, God bless you po at saka mabuhay po Region 11.
Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Mabuhay ang Davao Region, mabuhay po ang Davao Occidental. Maraming salamat.
Yes po. God bless you po. Okay. So, let's listen to another message of support coming from our Public Schools District Supervisor in Sarangani District. Let's welcome Dr. Almer T. Davis.
Learning Management System. Learning Management System.
Albert Bandura once said, in order to succeed, people need a sense of self-efficacy to struggle together with resilience to meet the inevitable obstacles and inequities of life. To the man of DepED Davao Occidental, whose values and dedication is incomparable, SDS, Dr. Lorenzo E. Mendoza, CSO 6, supported by our head turner, another par excellence ASDS, Dr. Jinky Fierman Sese, the fatherly chiefs of the two functional divisions, the mighty CID Chief Felix I. Anticristo, the Superman of the SGOD Chief, Nilo Octoras Sr., to the wind beneath my wings, the 9 PSDSS, and our partner APSS, dear school heads, instructional frontliners, our teachers, thank God for keeping us safe. This school year is the most novel, unique, and challenging of all academic years. This 4 day of immersing ourselves to professional development is upskilling and reskilling our instructional frontliners, is an urgent call to combat this new normal. This time, we need each other the most. Teachers, you are most valued frontliners. Resiliency is the key. In every instance, we need to steadfast and pour out courage to work through difficult times. As we continue this unique combat for education, we should submit ourselves to the highest degree of commitment to serve, loyalty to strengthen as one family, foster love despite uniqueness and diversity, and above all, create a productive and healthy learning community. We are the soldiers of the Department of Education. Just like true combatant, we defend and protect our agency, care for our clients who are the learners with the help of our stakeholders. We connect, we emerged, and engaged with them. That is collaboration for quality learning delivery. We heal as one. We work as one DepED family. Thank you and keep safe, everyone.
Learning Management System.
Thank you very much. Public Schools District Supervisor for Sarangani District. This point, another message of support coming from the PSDS of JAS 2 District. Let's welcome on screen Sir Aldrin Bueno.
Learning Management System.
Schools Division Superintendent Dr. Lorenzo E. Mendoza, CISO 6. To our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent Dr. Jinky B. Ferman, SESE. To our Chief CID, Mr. Felix I. Anticristo. Our Chief SGOD, Mr. Nelo L. Octura. To all the education program supervisors, public schools district supervisors, elementary and secondary school principals, identified teachers, teachers watching and joining, good afternoon to all of us. Learning management system should be in all schools in the division of Davao Occidental. This is the expectation of the department to all of us implementers in the field to ensure the delivery of quality of education in time of pandemic. With the 4-day learning management system division webinar that we are about to conclude this afternoon, we are now again equipped with weapons, strategies, and essential competencies to be delivered to the field with the kind of situation we are experiencing today, what we call the new normal. We are preparing ourselves to the real battle ahead. This training equipped us on how to deal with the learners in our respective community. We have learned more on selecting what modalities to be used in our district that suit to the kind of community we are in. We are now the most improved version of ourselves, the most improved individuals, and ready to deliver learning with the challenges that we are about to face. What we learn from here will make us ready to share all of these things and all of these learnings to teachers who were not able to attend, watch, and join. As a district supervisor of Jose Abad Santos II, I am one with the division office to ensure the delivery of learning the field with new normal situation we are facing today. With the support of the school heads of the different schools of the district and with all the identified teachers, district ICT, and the school head who was listed as the chief district trainer, all the things learned from this training will be shared to all teachers, especially those who were not able to watch and join this 4-day division webinar on training of trainers on learning management system. As the district manager, I should see to it that no school should be left behind. The most essential learning competencies or the milk should have been distributed to all teachers according to the grade level they are assigned. Different modules from the national office must be in the hands of the school heads of every school ready for printing and distribution. Monitoring and evaluation should be regularly done to ensure effectiveness in the delivery of learning. In facing the new normal, we always consider the safety of all learners, parents, and teachers. Cooperation and unity are also very important. In the district of Just Two, we should work as one. United we stand, divided we fall, kumbaga. So we act as one and we heal as one. Mabuhay ang SDO Davao Occidental. Mabuhay ang Division LMS staff. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Thank you and good afternoon to all of us.
Learning Management System.
Thank you very much, Sir Aldrin G. Bueno, our Public Schools District Supervisor of Just 2 District. So this time, let's lend our ears to Ma'am Merlin M. Yacon, our Public Schools District Supervisor of Just 1 District, for her message of support.
Learning Management System.
My due respect to our school's division superintendent, Dr. Lorenzo A. Mendoza, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Jinky B. Furman, SGOD Chief, Sir Nilo Octura, CID Chief, Sir Felix Anticristo, Education Program Supervisors in all learning areas, my fellow public schools district supervisors, school heads both elementary and secondary schools, ALS implementers, teachers, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant day to all. Education is very important, and we all know that it is the best investment a man can have. It is very necessary for everyone to improve its knowledge, way of living, as well as social and economic status of life. That's why, despite this pandemic and health crisis that we are facing, we cannot afford to miss a year and just wait until this pandemic is over. The Department of Education find ways by all means to make learning possible in all areas through the different modalities being prepared. Series of trainings and webinars were conducted to capacitate everyone. School leaders and teachers tried their best to cope the different demands of the use of technologies in the field of work. It became an additional learning to those who don't know how to use gadgets in teaching and learning. Through this 4-day division training of trainers on learning management system, school heads and teachers were capacitated on how to deliver quality basic education services to all learners in all areas. We learned that the most essential learning competencies are designed for shortened delivery of learning in this time of pandemic, and they were keenly trimmed down from the K-12 curriculum, considering those that are essential for lifelong learning. As an instructional leader, I will see to it that our teachers are doing well and doing right in the delivery of quality basic education. We are here to guide you along the way. We will help you learn, and we will help learn from each other to perform our duties. To our leaders, rest assured that we will utilize the most essential learning competencies in all levels to the modalities that will best fit in the different areas or schools in our district. The knowledge we learned from this training will be implemented to the best that we can for the betterment of our school children. Nelson Mandela said, "A leader is at its best to lead from behind and put others in front, especially when nice things occur. But when there is danger, leaders must take the front line. This is a challenge for all of us, being the leaders in our respective districts. But we assure you, dear teachers, that we will take the lead in this battle together with our compassionate, brilliant, and dedicated leaders from this division. In this uncertain time, only one thing is certain, and that is God, who will be with us on our ways. Let us not forget to cling unto Him, for He will never leave us nor forsake us. With the right intentions, He will empower us. Together, we will strive hard to make education possible amidst this pandemic and see to it that we keep ourselves safe and sound for our family and our nation as a whole. Mabuhay Davao Occidental Division, and may God bless us all.
Learning Management System. Learning Management System.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Merlin Yacon, the PSDS of Just One District. At this point, let's call in on screen the PSDS from Don Marcelino District. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Joel Villahermosa.
Learning Management System.
Good day, everyone. I would like to commend the trainers of this division training and the leadership of our schools division superintendent, Dr. Lorenzo E. Mendoza, and our assistant schools division superintendent, Jinky Perman, and to the two chiefs of section, Sir Felix Anticristo and Sir Nilo Octura. I am in one with our endeavor to go online. Our division is moving and looking forward for this new learning system. In this new normal and the present crisis we have in school, we cannot afford to let our learners stop schooling. As PSDS of Don Marcelino, I must learn to embrace the new learning system that would support and address the demand of time. Technology really matters in the learning of our pupils. Even though this is a challenge to all of us, teachers, school head, who are a product of the old schools. As the PSDS of Don Marcelino, I am 100% supportive to this endeavor, to the implementation of this new learning management system and utilization. Sulong edukalidad, hashtag edukasyon posible.
Learning Management System.
Maraming salamat po, Sir Joel A. Villahermosa, our Public Schools District Supervisor of Don Marcelino District. So next in line is another message of support coming from our Public Schools District Supervisor of Malita North District. Let's welcome on screen Ma'am Fe Arlene D. Laganse.
Learning Management System.
Lorenzo E. Mendoza, to our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Jinky B. Ferman, our CID Chief, Sir Felix Anticristo, our SGOD Chief, Sir Nilo L. Octura, Education Program Supervisors, fellow District Supervisors, school heads, teachers, good day to everyone. The 4-day training has ended. The importance of learning management system has been explained and the use of it has been imparted. I am sure that the teachers who attended to this 4-day training have learned a lot In behalf of the Malita North teachers and school heads, I convey our support to the utilization of the Learning Management System, or LMS. We assure that the effort you have exerted will not be in vain. We are with you in this endeavor. May we all be protected and be healed so that we can rise together as one. Thank you and God bless everyone.
Learning Management System.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Fe Arlene D. Laganse, our Public Schools District Supervisor of Malita North District. So let me remind all our teacher participants and our viewers out there to please submit now your attendance through this link. Sir Carces, if a-flash po natin dyan, it's tinyurl.com/LMSSday4. Again, it's tinyurl.com/LMSSday4. And our evaluation.
That's correct. For our evaluation link, it is a flash on your screen right now. That's forms.gle/V4EVV1Q7 OTD-T6EPH number 8. Just don't forget to fill that out and submit your evaluation form before, ano oras po tayo?
I think it's before 4:30 in the afternoon po, Sir Ralph.
All right, so please submit the attendance sheet and the evaluation form before 4:30 p.m. today. Again, may we remind you that you need to complete all the 4 attendance sheets and the 4 evaluation forms so that you will be given with the certificate.
Yes, Sir Doc. So let us be reminded, everyone, that keep on posting, keep on documenting on our respective social media account through using the following hashtags. We have there on screen, hashtag Sulong Edukalidad, hashtag DepED, hashtag SDO DavOc, We Learn as One, and hashtag LMS DavOc. Again, please use our official hashtags when documenting on our activities for today. Again, it's hashtag LMS DavOc, hashtag Sulong Edukalidad, hashtag Schools Division of Davao Occidental, hashtag DepEd, and hashtag SDO DavOc, We Learn as One. Next in line, Sir Ralph.
All right, and also, speaking of the attendance and the evaluation form, the link is already posted both sa ating Facebook page at sa ating YouTube channel. So, andun na po yung evaluation link para sa webinar today. And I believe the Secretariat also will post the link nung attendance both sa ating Facebook page at sa ating YouTube channel. This time, let's say hi muna sa ating mga teacher participants. I will just control it on my end. All right. Hi to Ma'am Artlene Rose Marzon. Sabi niya, congratulations to all PSDS who shared their message of support. Mabuhay Davao Occidental. Ma'am Gay?
Yes, Sir Rob. We have also here coming from our teacher participants via YouTube channel. So sabi ni Ma'am Lorely Arabelo, sabi niya, congrats Ma'am Angie Laganse and God bless. So I presume that Ma'am Lorely is coming from Malita North District. Sir Rob?
That's correct. Also, we would like to say hi to Dixel Jade Galanto, watching here from Malita South and Don Marcelino District via YouTube. Ma'am Gay.
Yes, Sir Rob. We have also here coming from Ma'am Lorely Arevalo. Sabi niya, thanks Sir Aldrin Bueno, congrats and God bless.
Okay, we have also watching via YouTube, Ma'am Araceli Pirocho. Sabi niya, congrats daw and thank you sa ating dalawa, Ma'am Gay. Ma'am Gay?
Yes, Sir Rob. We have here another face
All right, at this point, we have another guest in behalf sa lahat po ng ating Division Education Program Supervisor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on screen, live na live po, si Ma'am Aurora O. Millerida.
Learning Management System.
Hello, Ma'am
Hello,
Al. Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon, Sir Ralph.
Okay po, so I believe in behalf of all the Division ESP, you have the message of support. So take the floor po, Ma'am Al.
Okay, first of all, I would like to greet our SDS, Sir Lawrence, our ASDS, Ma'am Jinky, Sir Felix, Sir Nilo, and all my co-EPs. Sa tanan nga mga school heads, sa tanan nga mga teachers watching now, good afternoon. First of all, I would like to kumat kaayo no sa ato ang TWG, especially sa ato ang director, Sir Benjan Basilisco. Thank you so much, sir, with all the people behind the show, Ma'am Jendly, Sir Ralph, Molly, Carces, kinsa pa ba? Basig mahiubos ang dili na ako ma-mention. All the TWG for this DTOT. This is our webinar, pero ang naglihok ni mo ang TWG. Thank you so much. And I would like also to announce that in the TLE, EPP TLE, our Division of Davao Occidental is assigned to develop the lesson exemplar, activity sheets, and alternative delivery modules for three specializations: the aquaculture, the food processing, and the hairdressing. I would like to proudly announce that we have our writers for this, our developers, so I said. Sa food processing, I'm very proud to announce we have Ma'am Teresa Lugo of Dimulok Valley, Ma'am D. La Puente. With them, the ICT experts helping for the development of the learning materials. We have Ma'am Ara Lutian and Edgardo Marzon. For the aquaculture, medyo marami ang ating members sa team kasi 7 to 12 ang ginagawa nila ngayon na mga learning materials. We have Sir Leo Manisan of Fishing Village. We have Sir Jackson Formentera, Sir Ariel Larubis, Sir Ganaro Olmido, Sir Elvis Ryan Milan, and we will be asking the help of Ma'am Josephine Amakin. Hindi pa ako nakapagpaalam kay Ma'am Josephine yan. And for hairdressing, we have Clarissa Mercadal, Ma'am Andrea Goltimo, Sir Astrofil Berte, and Ma'am Rachel Jean Escalante. They are now working on the exemplars and the activity sheets and the modules. And other specializations, other than the three that I've mentioned, ang iba niyan, ang mga LMs nila ay ginagawa ng ibang mga division. And we are praying that those locally made or the regional initiative of making modules, pag hindi pa makarating yung sa national, we can already use those developed learning materials for Region 11. And siguro paulit-ulit ako magpapasalamat sa lahat ng mga guro sa walang sawang pakikinig sa webinar na ito. This is really fruitful at saka hindi talaga siya magiging successful kung hindi tayo nag-try. This is our first webinar. Sabi ko nga, this is my favorite line. Sinabi, when we are in the very stressful situation, alam kong yun ang naramdaman ng ating TWG. Parang nasa madilim na sitwasyon. We thought that we were buried, but actually, we are planted. I hope na next na webinar natin, mas maganda pa kaysa rito. Maganda na ito, pero next na webinar natin, mas maganda pa dito. God bless everyone! Go team! DTOT team, TWG, ang host natin na magagaling, Ma'am Jindley, and then Sir Ralph, Sir Benjan, and the rest of the group, Sir Felix na nandyan, Ma'am Irene Mahinay for providing the food. Thank you so much. And of course, sa aking mga kasamang EPS para sa mga inputs para sa webinar na ito. Yun lang siguro, Sir Ralph. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Hi, Ma'am Jenly.
Omelia Rida, our Education Program Supervisor in EPP, TLE, and TVL. In behalf of the EPS in our division, maraming salamat po, Ma'am Al, for giving us your message of support to this webinar. So God bless you po.
Oh, God bless everyone.
Okay.
God bless everyone.
At this point in time, let's lend our ears again to our Chief of the Curriculum Implementation Division, Sir Felix I. Anticristo, for his words of challenge. Sir Felix?
Hello,
Ayan,
good afternoon.
Sir Felix, take it away po.
I thought I am not already included in the program. Challenge? So, first and foremost, I would like to express my probably unfathomed thanks to all of the support given to for the success of this webinar. This is the first division initiated webinar which lasted for 4 days. And first, allow me to express my words of thanks to our Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Lawrence. Thank you for your support. And to Ma'am Jinky, no? Sorry kayo nga we forgot to place invitation na memo on your table. So please, my apologies for that. Then, to all the EPSs for your support. Hindi ko na lang isa-isahin. Then, yung special team natin sa EPSs na initiated this activity kay Irene and Ma'am Aurora because they are the ones assigned by yours truly to man this DTOT. Of course, yung behind the scenes are yung mga EPSs natin, no? In all learning areas. And our public schools district supervisors, thank you for your support. Mga college natin, elementary and secondary, then special thanks talaga sa atoang TWG sa inyo, Jenly, yung host natin, no? Ang galing niyo kay Jenly, yung kay si Mr. Wabinga, no? Then kang Jan, no? Kang Binjan. Thank you, Jan, for making us look handsome in the screen. Then I know nandyan si Molly, si Carces, then sino pa dyan yung sa studio. I was there this morning, then I just went out because I don't want to disturb the people in the studio. Now I know that this is the one of the greatest challenges in our life, in our journey now in our education, especially that our education now is in a new normal, no? New, and it is different from above what we experience as normal. I know this is a very, very great challenge, especially that our face-to-face contact with our learners is not really allowed until such time that COVID vaccine will be available. Then, if pustro, sana matuloy, January 2021, meron na tayong face-to-face. Now, we really we exerted efforts to really give or deliver quality education to our learners because our learners are the hearts in our pedagogy and andragogy, especially with the ALS. Now, my challenge to all of us that siguro, especially with the time with the different modalities mentioned by our speakers, especially kang Dr. Veloso, and we have many modalities to adapt, and these modalities will be adapted also in different typologies. We have different typologies. Probably we have 9 different typologies from rural, urban, in the hinterlands, then in the islands. So just in the IP, I know that these modalities are very difficult to adapt. But I know that, as what I have said, that we in the pedagogy in the education. We are. I know that we are undoubted enough, no, to fulfill or to fulfill the vision, the mission, and goals of DepED. And with this challenge, I would like to touch, no. I would like to probably trigger the heart, the chambers of the hearts, the neurons, or probably the tentacles of trust and support of all, no, of all of us, especially the teachers, because no matter how good or how best program we offer to them, if this initiative we have will not be supported by, of course, thank you for the support, especially yung nag-mention kanina sa kanilang pledge of support. I know that your support, no, your support is more than a response of the challenge. Not only a challenge from me, but the challenge for our dream, no, for our dream to give quality education to the list of our clientele, our learners. We will not let this 1 year, many months be vacuum. So that is why we are having this. We are going to forego with the delivery of quality basic education, even in times of this danger, even in times of this, wherein our life is at risk. Wherein, as I mentioned a while ago, that probably there are times that, especially with the life of the teachers, that today you are in the classroom, you are delivering quality education to your learners, but we do not know. We do not know, because of this pandemic. We do not know that tomorrow or days from now we'll be inside the quarantine facility, because we all know that we are not all free not to be contracted with this virus. So of course, with these challenges, along with my words of the challenges, I would like, kasi our life now is now parang nakakatas na doon yung anytime or soon you'll be contracted with virus. So please, our teachers, I would like to ask the support of the teachers. I am challenging you, the school age teachers, the district supervisor, to please take every moment that every means, no, that we can deliver the best to our clientele. So thank you for your support sa tanan-tanan, from the top, from the regional level. I know that this webinar that we have, this 4-day webinar, I consider this as one great success, no, one great success for our first stride in delivering quality basic education to our learners. So good afternoon to all of us.
Thank you very much, Sir Felix I. Anticristo, our Chief for the Curriculum and Implementation Division. Maraming salamat po, sir. All right, at this point, another message will be given to us by our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us live on screen, Dr. Jinky B. Ferman Sese. Good afternoon po, Ma'am Jinky.
Hi, good afternoon, Sir Ralph. You survived the 4 days.
Yes, ma'am.
I love the spirit.
Go ahead po for your message, ma'am.
All right. Of course, my warmest greetings to our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Lorenzo Mendoza, our CID Chief, Sir Felix, SGOD Chief, Sir Nilo, all our education program supervisors, our PSDSS, school heads, teachers who are in attendance today. Good morning. Good afternoon, sorry. Good afternoon, Davao Occidental. Before anything else, please allow me to congratulate our power team for the success of this endeavor. Of course, the Curriculum Implementation Division headed by Chief Felix Anticristo, you are forgiven already, along with our education program supervisors and our public schools district supervisors who have expressed their message of support. Congratulations as well to our webinar hosts, Sir Ralph and Ma'am Jean Lee, for an excellent job. right? And of course, we should not forget our Power ICT team headed by James Robert Fierman, with our production team headed by our director, Benjan Basilisco, with his Power members. Of course, we have Sir Elvis Ryan, we have Carces, we have Molly, King Arthur. You guys did an awesome job. So 2 thumbs up po. Only because I only have 2 thumbs. That's why. So good job. To our school heads, our teachers, especially those who joined us in the simulation, congratulations as well to all of you for making it to the 4-day completion of this endeavor. And of course, our vote of thanks as well to all our resource speakers who joined us for the 4 days with the relevant inputs, no, for our teachers. What more can I give you as a challenge when you have already faced a lot of challenges, right? From finding an area for a better signal. I saw the post of those teachers from Don Marcelino yata yon, for braving the rains while having the webinar, for staying in focus for 4 straight days with all the distractions you're experiencing at home, and for just keeping yourselves safe and healthy can already be very challenging, right? But just 3 things, no, I'd like to challenge you still because I'm given this task. First, with all that you have learned for the 4-day webinar, the challenge would now be, how are you going to translate your learnings in actualization of your tasks? Right? So, natutunan nyo yun lahat. So, paano na ngayon? Anong gagawin nyo sa natutunan nyo? How are you going to utilize your learning and make meaningful connections in the delivery of your services to our clientele? Even before the pandemic, this has already been our struggle, right? When we conduct seminars and trainings, it gets into the left ear, passes through the right ear. We call that, in fact, we call that bacteria, no? Kasi when you're back to your station, bacteria siya, back to reality, right? So the handouts given during the trainings are well kept in the drawers of your tables, and they are left untouched until they are forgotten. And that's a fact, right? So I hope that this time, no, upon learning all those things for the 4 days, no, that you have listened and watched the presentation, you're going to make a meaningful connection and make sure that you apply what you have learned in your new normal in the delivery of your services to our learners, right? So, like for instance, having known how to make how to open an account in the learning management system, that for instance should lead you to think how you're going to redesign your e-classroom there. So, paano yan kung papalit-palit nga tayo ng password kasi palaging nakakalimutan kasi hindi natin ginagamit. So, I hope this time we would be more engaged, no? Especially that that's the only thing that can make us connect with our learners. Wala na talagang ibang paraan. Yun na lang po talaga. Okay, so sana panindigan ng mga teachers natin. Kung meron tayong makasamahan na hindi marunong, let us all help them. I can relate to those with ang edad, naka-range sa edad ko, no, that they would have those struggles, really, especially when they're engaged in a computer like this and they don't know which one to click, right? So dako jud siya nga problema. So I hope that the younger ones would have the patience to tutor the older ones. Okay? Second, yun yung first natin, make sure that you are able to translate what you have learned. Okay, translate it in the way that you're going to utilize it in the actualization of your task, and make sure that you are able to make meaningful connections, right, in your everyday delivery of lessons, especially when the classes would start in August 24. Second, we know for a fact that we are in dearth of materials. Do you agree? Okay, that is for both the learners and the teachers. right? So how are we going to make learning happen if the learners do not have any gadget at home, di ba? Or internet connection? Or how are we going to reproduce the modules if we lack the equipment and the materials for reproduction? So these again would add up to the already piling up challenges that we have, right? So, but we are teachers, we are resilient. We would always survive in any difficulty. Please know that you have the support of the central office, our regional office, and our schools division office, and you have the support of your LGUs, no, and your community as well. Hindi po tayo nag-iisa, marami po tayong magtutulungan. Okay? So, wag matakot kung kulang kayo sa materials. If that is a challenge, do not be scared because people around you will help you. Okay? Make it through. No? Maitawid natin ito. Third, and most importantly, in performing our different roles, maybe as chief, as education program supervisor, as public schools district supervisor, as teachers, as school heads, how are you going to deliver, no, quality learning while keeping yourselves and our learners healthy? Yun, that's the third challenge. With the increasing number of cases in our province of Davao Occidental, I know that you also have that feeling, of anxiety and fear, right, for yourself, because you know how small the area is, and you know how dense the population is, especially in the population area. I can read some posts of teachers who are really scared. No, they're scared for their life, right? So I can just imagine the anxiety that it has been causing them, the depression maybe, so may mga mental health issues na tayo, right? So how are we going to deliver what is expected of us amidst this crisis, no? Especially that we ourselves also struggle for our own survival, right? So sabi nga ni President sa kanyang SONA, di ba, a lost life can no longer be replaced. Pero yung education daw can be delayed. So when things are not possible, at the moment, when the IATF and health protocols restrict us because of the current situation, then we have to think for safety first, right? Learning can continue when the situation will improve. Wag naman nating ipilit. Just like recently, our alternative working arrangement was changed by our SDS into 2 days work on site and 3 days work from home. Because your safety is the topmost concern of our schools division office, right? Sa una na nato ang nagsigitag duty unya nagtakdanay natatanan, di ba? So the topmost concern is to keep our teachers, our learners, and everybody in our department healthy, right? And free from the virus. So my dearest teachers and fellow educators, the greatest challenge for all of us at this time is to stay alive and healthy until this crisis is over. So yung third challenge, dun po tayo hawak kamay, kaya po natin itong itawid. Right? So again, good luck to all our foot soldiers, our teachers who are in the field, who will battle all the fights for DepEd. May God bless all our endeavors. Again, congratulations to our CID team and the people behind it. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Doc Binky, our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent in our division. Live po si Ma'am Jinky. Thank you po for gracing us today and for giving us your words of challenge po to everyone. Sa lahat po ng ating teacher participants and to the viewers as well. Kasi umabot na po tayo across the region, Ma'am Jinky.
Wow!
Yes,
great job!
So, thank you so much po, Doc Jinky. God bless you po.
God bless. Stay safe.
This time, let's give the floor to our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Lorenzo E. Mendoza, CESU 6, for his words of challenge.
This is the Division Training of Trainers on Learning Management System or LMS Utilization of the Department of Education and Schools Division of Davao Occidental.
To our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Jinky B. Ferman. To our CID Chief, Mr. Felix Anticristo. To our SDOD Chief, Mr. Nilo Octura, Senior. To all education program supervisors. To all the public school district supervisors. To all the school heads and all the teachers who joined this recently concluded Division Training of Trainers on the utilization of the learning management system. You have undergone the 4-day training despite of all the challenges in signal. We have just about to conclude the 4-day division training with the hope that after this, you will be able to share what you have learned to the other teachers in our division. It is my hope that we will be using the learning management system, which we are going to roll out come August 24 and beyond, for your use and for the use of our learners in making our lessons to be reachable and really meet the requirements of the new normal. I know that it is difficult at the very first time that we are going to use the said platform of learning, but then as we go on, I know with our ingenuity and our creativity as teachers, we will be able to hurdle all the challenges and will make the best out of all the learnings that we have gained, not only in this LMS training, but the other webinars that you have attended in order to reskill, to upskill, and to give you all the necessary preparations for the coming August 24 opening of classes. I convey my warmest congratulations to our organizers, the CID team, and of course the members of the technical working group for trying our very best to come up with a kind of training that we will be proud of as a new division in DepED Region 11. You make us proud. You made us, our ASDS, our CID chief, and all the supervisors proud of what you have done for the previous 4 days. And with this, the sign or the signal of unity, I know and I firmly believe that we can succeed in this endeavor and we can make a difference in the lives of our children. Pleasant day to everyone and enjoy learning, enjoy teaching in the new normal. We heal as one, we learn as one. To God be the glory.
Learning Management System.
Maraming salamat po, Dr. Lorenzo E. Mendoza, our Schools Division Superintendent. So, nais rin po namin pasalamatan ang Mariano Peralta National High School headed by their school principal, Ma'am Phoebe Cristina S. Alcantin, together with her assistant principal, Dr. Silvano M. Camillo Jr. for hosting us here in their school.
Maraming salamat din po sa ating SDO Digital Media Team, headed by our overall director, Mr. Benjamin Lasilisco, and his team, Sir Crisis Gonzalez and Ma'am Molly May Gamba, our associate writers, Sir James Superman and Sir King Arthur Torihano, our technical directors, the head of the technical production, Sir Elvis Ryan Milan.
Our layout artist also, Sir Justin Briles Villarias, and production stylist, Sir Benly Basilisco. Thank you rin po kay Sir and Gilbert B. Caballero for preparing our food, and Sir Alexis Villaber, our MPNHS SHS ICT in charge for the assistance. So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
That's right. At this point, ipakita muna natin sa kanila ang ating attendance link upang ma-fill out na nila at ma-submit bago mag 5 p.m. today. Okay? So we have the attendance link on screen, please. Okay, so again, do not forget to fill that out and submit before 5 p.m. That's tinyurl.com/LMSSday4. Again, tinyurl.com/LMSSday4. In the evaluation form, Ma'am Jinli?
Yes, sir. Rob, for their evaluation link, please do not forget po, ayan, mapa-flash on your screen, it's forms.gle/OGGNWQG. It's /V4EVV1Q7OTDT6EPH8. Again, for evaluation link, kindly see your screen. It's naka-flash po dyan. It's forms.GLE/V4EVV1Q7OTDT6EPH8. Sir Ralph?
All right, at this point, let's greet our teachers who are still with us today. Let me just have the control. Hi to Ma'am Ira Sedipriocho, watching via YouTube. Sabi niya, congrats, Sir James, to the team of LMS Davao Occ. Job well done. God bless you. Ma'am Gay.
So here, another subscriber sa YouTube channel natin from Ma'am Miniel Jade Turado. Sabi niya, still watching po from TFS of Macalong. Hello po sa inyo dyan, ma'am.
Hello din po sa ating colleague, Roger Chi Alayon. Watching from home, kasi naka-work from home si Ma'am ngayon from Tigas City. But siya po ay isang junior high school teacher mula sa Mariano Peralta National High School. Ma'am Gay?
Yes, Sir Ralph, we have also here, nagpapahay din po si Sir Reynaldo Ariate. Sabi niya, congratulations sa lahat po. Keep safe tayo lahat and God bless us all. God bless you din po, sir.
Hello din po kay Ma'am Loyally Arevalo. Thank you for the support. Also to Sir Reynaldo Ariate. Hello po. Good afternoon. And then, Ma'am Gay?
Yes, Sir Ralph, we have here another Facebook liker. Kasi naka-Facebook siya ngayon. Sabi niya, still watching from Tanglad Elementary School, Santa Maria West District. Thank you so much. Congratulations. That's coming from Ma'am Luz Caballero Alcabasa.
Another one, we have... Okay, unmute ko. We have Ma'am Luz Caballero Alcabasa still watching from Tanglad Elementary School, Santa Maria West District. Thank you so much and congratulations. Ma'am Gay?
Yes, Sir Ralph, we have here...
May pa-quote si Ma'am Roda.
Yes po. Subscriber natin siya sa YouTube. Sabi ni Ma'am Roda Salcedo, the greatest challenge is to stay alive and healthy. Daghang salamat, Ma'am Jinky. So, nakikinig talaga si teacher kay Doc Jinky.
Yes po, at nakikinig din po si Kim Blanket, Tita Lima. Sabi niya, congratulations to all. Job well done. Wow, bonggang-bongga daw. Okay, Ma'am Gay?
Yes, Sir Ralph. Oy, ito naman. Galing ito sa ating SDS, Dr. Lorenzo E. Mendoza. Sabi niya, watching you all, proud of the team. More engagement in the future. Pa-shoutout sa lahat. Go, Davao Occidental!
And then hello din po kay Sir Eliezer Jr. San Juan. Sabi niya, still watching here. More power sa inyong lahat. Ma'am Gay?
Our subscribers from Ma'am Mary Grace Silavona. Sabi niya, thank you so much po. Congratulations.
Ayan. Also, we have my first greetings. Of course, I would like to say hi to my cousins, also teachers in Davao Occidental, kay Sir Alvin Torbelis, kay Ma'am Angelica Torbelis, at also kay Ma'am Dylan Torbelis Mana. Hello po. At saka kay Sir Roberto Abiliana and Ma'am Maridel Abiliana. Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Ma'am Gay?
Yes po, sir. I would like also to greet my co-teachers in Mana Central Elementary School, headed by our school principal, Dr. Galadros R. Ramos, together with our head teacher, Sir Ben Arnado. Pati din po sa aking pamilya, sa aking kapatid, sa lahat po. Maraming salamat for keep on watching in this webinar.
Alright, next. Also, Ma'am Gay, we have another comment.
Yes, Sir Ralph, we have here, naka-Facebook siya from Angel Bea Sua Fortuno. Sabi niya, thank you and congratulations to all the speakers. God bless everyone. Next, we have here, another comment, nagpapa-shoutout po. It's from Take a Look. Sabi niya, Bugsay Sarangani, AOSNHS. I think it's Alberto Olarte Senior National High School, all the way from Sarangani District with their PSDS, Dr. Almer T. Davis. Hello po sa inyong lahat dyan. And another subscriber that we have here from Ma'am Jane Love Del Valle. Sabi niya, thank you po, Division of Davao Occidental. So we would like also to thank you. Thank you din po for watching us and for keep posting on our YouTube, on our Facebook page, and to our subscribing on to our YouTube channel. It's Schools Division of Davao Occidental. Sir Ralph?
And finally, we are done with our 4-day virtual division training of trainers on the utilization of learning management system.
Wow, Sir Ralph, congratulations po sa lahat ng ating teacher participants na naging bahagi ng 4-day virtual training na ito. So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Through this virtual training, our Schools Division of Davao Occidental assures that we always turn our visions into reality.
Tama ka dyan, Sir Ralph, because we are always committed to be of service para sa bayan at para sa mga bata. This has been your host, Gay Julie Cagas.
At ako po si Ralph J. Torbelis Wabinga, and this is the Virtual Division Training of Trainers on Learning Management Utilization. Maraming salamat po. Goodbye.
The STO Davao Occidental Digital Team. Associate Writers, Carcesa Gonzalez and Molly Macy Gamba. Technical Directors, James Furman. King Arthur Tarjano. Head of Technical Production, Elvis Ryan Millen. Layout Artist, Justin Briles C. Villarias. Production Stylist, Bentley N. Basilisco. Hosts, Gage and Lee Cagas. Head writer and host, Ralph Wabinga. Director, Benjan Basilisco. Learning Management System.
Kadilang. Chika sa guys. Kadilang. I'm happy.
Sige sa'yo. Wala na tong green screen. No, wala ka dito. Natanggalan ako. Ay, natanggal. Sino ko na? Napakain ng pagod. Okay, sa'yo, ano naman, nakita mo ko. Uy, Monkey! Uli!
Don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Kasi wala ito, kapitsurasan ako. Wala man siya. Wala naman siya.
You know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's
Kapitsurasan ako, ay lang.
Bring me down.
Okay, mo diya, oy.
Bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, tell you now. Bring me down. Can't none bring me down. Your love is too high.
Kasi abot.
Can't none bring
Ha?
me down. I said, clap along if you feel like
Yes, saka diya ka. Gani.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Dali ah!
If you feel without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is.
Wala siya?
Clap along if you know what happiness is.
Ano sa'yo si Elvis mo? Elvis, sa'yo.
If you feel like that's what you want to do. Can't none
Dapat imit din siya, oh.
Your love is too high to bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Hey, hey, hey. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Hey, hey. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
This is the Division Training of Trainers on Learning Management System or LMS Utilization of the Department of Education and Schools Division of Davao Occidental. The SDO Davao Occidental Digital Team. Associate Writers, Carcesa Gonzalez and Molly Macy Gamba. Technical Directors, James Furman, King Arthur Tarjano. Head of Technical Production, Elvis Ryan Millen. Layout Artist, Justin Briles C. Villarias. Production Stylist, Bentley N. Basilisco. Hosts, Gage and Lee Caucus. Head Writer and Host, Ralph Wabinga. Director, Benjam Basilisco. The SDO Davao Occidental Digital Team. Associate Writers, Carcesa Gonzalez and Molly Macy Gamba. Technical Directors, James Furman, King Arthur Tarjano. Head of Technical Production, Elvis Ryan Millen. Layout Artist, Justin Briles C. Villarias. Production Stylist, Bentley N. Basilisco. Hosts, Gage and Lee Caucus. Head Writer and Host, Ralph Wabinga. Director, Benjam Basilisco. The SDO Davao Occidental Digital Team. Associate Writers, Carcesa Gonzalez and Molly Macy Gamba. Technical Directors, James Furman, King Arthur Tarjano. Head of Technical Production, Elvis Ryan Millen. Layout Artist, Justin Briles C. Villarias. Production Stylist, Bentley N. Basilisco. Hosts, Gage and Lee Caucus. Head Writer and Host, Ralph Wabinga. Director, Benjam Basilisco. This is the Division Training of Trainers on Learning Management System or LMS Utilization of the Department of Education and Schools Division of Davao Occidental.